Near side, Belle Vernon off on the far side, and we're just about set for high school football beginning of September. The Laurel Highlands Mustangs and the Belle Vernon Leopards. We appreciate you joining us tonight. We actually have two games on our WMBS Facebook page. Josh Scully and Billy Dice bringing you all of the action of the Brownsville game as Brownsville hosting Uniontown tonight. You can follow along with the Red Raiders and the Falcons, along with the Leopards and the Mustangs. And Steve, we also have to send get well wishes out to Big Boz. Jared Bozik's father had heart surgery today. He's a big Uniontown fan, a big Belle Vernon fan. He's watching both games in his hospital bed tonight. We hope Big Boz gets well soon.
Yeah, get well soon, and hopefully we can bring him a little entertainment tonight. And hopefully, we get some good entertaining games. Let's hope for that.
Willie Schwerha kicking it off for Belle Vernon from the 40-yard line. Antoine Black, the deep man for Laurel Highlands. We'll see if Schwerha sends it in Black's direction. Remember, Antoine certainly very dangerous as well. Laurel Highlands, a 50-13 win last week over Uniontown. This is the opening game of the season for the Belle Vernon Leopards. We appreciate you joining us for high school football. The Leopards and the Mustangs from Laurel Highlands High School, and Schwerha getting set here for the run-up. And we'll get this game underway. They actually have 8 minutes up on the scoreboard clock. Should be 12. They're trying to get that reset. And we'll be able to get things started. Steve really couldn't ask for a better night, though, weather-wise. No. Game time temperature expected to drop into the 60s, but clear and sunny right now.
Clear and sunny, and the lights are not on yet, so somebody better remember to turn those lights on because it's going to get dark here in about half an hour.
Schwerha with the run-up, and he will send it deep to Antoine Black from the 4-yard line. Here's Black, has the 15-20, and Black with the seam. Look out here, Antoine Black taking it back to the 31-yard line. Good return for Antoine Black, and the Laurel Highlands Mustangs will bring out sophomore quarterback Noah Lyon, 6 foot, 175 pounds, had 96 yards on the ground last week, a rushing touchdown, also 59 in the air, and threw for 3 scores, and really managed the game well, Steve.
Yeah, I thought he was pretty good for his first start, real meaningful game action where it wasn't in mop-up duty or anything like that. I thought he was really impressive, and he handled himself well.
Operates out of the shotgun here. A little jet sweep to Antoine Black going the wrong way. Black upended back at the 26-yard line for a 4-yard loss. Good penetration there on the Belle Vernon side. I think Braden Locks actually got him in the backfield.
Yeah, Belle Vernon, good pursuit to the ball, not going to be fooled. And that jet sweep, you got to have him be able to get around the corner, and there was no way he was going to get around the corner there, so tough start for the Mustangs.
Line out of the shotgun actually is John Duke in the game. Off to his left, he's going to pull it down, look to run, and again going the wrong way. Hit hard back at the 19-yard line. The initial contact made by Tanner Moody. Got a little help there from Adam LeCarte, the All-State cornerback for the Belle Vernon Leopards. So the Mustangs losing 5 there. They lost 4 on first downs. Just like that, it's 3rd and 19 now for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs.
Well, they lost 5, but that wasn't a bad play by the quarterback line. He saw his receiver out in the flat was well covered. It might have been an interception, so he decided just to take the sack.
Once again, the Mustangs lining up in the shotgun here with flags coming in.
False start.
False start there against Laurel Highlands.
5-yard penalty will move the ball back to the Laurel Highlands.
Actually had Parker Hoff lined up there to the right of Lyon in that set before the false start. And now 3rd and 25, so the Mustangs have run 2 plays from scrimmage. They've now lost 15 yards. 2 plays going the wrong way, then the 5-yard penalty. And Lyon again out of the shotgun, protector back off to his right. That is Parker Hoff, and twin receivers to each side. No play clocks here.
There is a play clock back there, but it doesn't look like it's turned on, does it?
And the Mustangs moved again early. That was Antoine Black, who was lined up in the slot right, jumped early. I don't see any play clock, Steve, from my vantage point.
Well, there's one to the right behind.
Yeah, but it's not working though.
Correct. Well, I don't know if it's not working or the sun's just hitting it so we can't see it. And I don't see one to our left. There is one to the left, and they are not turned on. So
yeah, they would actually show up if they were working on the scoreboard. They would show up on our score hub as well, and they're not showing up, so they're not on. So another 5-yard penalty. The Mustangs actually started this drive just across their own 30-yard line, now back at their own 10. Again, Hoff to the left of Noah Lyon. This time, triple right formation to the wide side of the field as Lyon takes the snap. They're coming after him, setting up a middle screen. It's complete. That's Parker Hoff, a little running room, getting some of it back close to the 25-yard line, at least giving the Mustang punter a little bit of room there, Steve.
Oh, dangerous play there. Nice little loft over the line, and there was a lot of traffic. Parker Hoff did a good job to get upfield. He actually almost broke that for a pretty big gain. And now the punting game, Brian, we've talked about it last week. Dangerous. It's dangerous in high school football for everybody, and you just got to watch the snap. If a team comes after to try to rush the kid punting, it just could be, sometimes it just turns into chaos.
Tanner Brusda will send this one away, standing back at his own 12-yard line. Quentin Martin back deep for Belle Vernon. Clean snap coming back to Brusda, and he shanked it here on the near side.
Well,
might have been partially blocked. The Mustangs do have available tonight. They found out at the last minute Hunter Kuzier might do some punting duties, and Kuzier actually came out on the field, and they sent him back to put Brusda on. But that punt shanked out of bounds, and Belle Vernon will have great field position here starting at the Laurel Highlands 30-yard line.
Yeah, well, it wasn't blocked. I had a pretty good view of it, but it would have been blocked if he wouldn't have shanked it. So he kind of like, I think he felt the rush coming, and he kind of short-legged it and got it up in the air above the oncoming Belle Vernon player. But still.
Yeah, Tony tells me that was just a 6-yard punt.
Yeah.
So Belle Vernon will actually take over the exact same spot where the Mustangs took over the Laurel Highlands 30-yard line. They'll bring Braden Locks out, who's actually headed to Eastern Michigan next year. He's a tight end recruit. But the Belle Vernon starting quarterback takes the snap, little quick screen, far side pass complete to Alonzo Wade, and Wade breaks a couple of tackles, gets down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. So 12-yard hook up there on the pass from Locks to Wade. Wade just 4 catches last year for 50 yards and a touchdown, but picked up a first down there for Belle Vernon.
Well, what you see right away from Belle Vernon, no mistakes, right? First come out, they get lined up correctly. There's no false starts. Nobody jumping off sides. There's just very well disciplined.
You've Getico now to the right of Locks. He's going to get the football, run right up the middle. Takes a couple of Mustangs down inside the 15, down to the 13-yard line for a 5-yard pickup. They had Martin lined up as a slot wide receiver there for Laurel Highlands. So Getico, a solid run, and right now it's a 2nd and 5 now for the Leopards.
Yeah, I got several Mustangs kind of rode his back there, but he kept churning the legs and got 5 yards. 5 yards on first down's a pretty good play.
Now the Leopards a 2nd and 5, line of scrimmage, the Laurel Highlands 13-yard line. Locks get out of the shotgun, Martin to his right. Twin receivers to the near side, single coverage to the far side. Locks, quick screen, pass complete. That's Colton Lee in the flat, and Lee gets down inside the 10, close to a first down, right around the 8-yard line. And you can just tell how fundamentally sound this Belle Vernon team is right now, Steve.
Pretty good job by Josh Reed to come in there and make the play. And that looked like it was going to go for bigger yardage, but Reed, the little guy, he just kind of slipped in there. He's only 5'10", 140-pound sophomore. He kind of wedged his way in between the blockers and got himself at least stopped a first down attempt. 3rd
and short right now. Now Locks is going to move out of the backfield. It's going to be a Wildcat set going back here to Martin. Now flags do come in.
False start.
Yep. They try to mix things up. They're going to a different set.
Well, it could have been an illegal formation when they do that. Maybe they didn't have the tight end covered up, or have to have enough guys on the line of scrimmage. That could have been the case there. Because the quarterback, like you said, Ron, he went out to the flat. He was kind of a wingback look out there, slot receiver, and they might not have enough players on the line of scrimmage.
Down to 7:06 left here in the opening quarter, opening drive of the game for the Belle Vernon Leopards. Laurel Highlands went 3 and out and had to punt, and the punt went for just 6 yards. Belle Vernon started this drive at the Laurel Highlands 30. They have it now at the Mustang 14-yard line, facing a 3rd and 6. Locks out of the shotgun, another screen near side going to Martin at the 20. Has it inside the 15, breaks a tackle inside the 10, and spins forward again, very close to a Belle Vernon first down at the 8-yard line. They needed 6, and I think they got just about that, Steve.
It appears he got 7, so you're right. They get the first down. Very workmanlike drive. Not a lot of big play. That's one of the keys that I got from Coach Edenfield today. He wants to force Belle Vernon. They want to force Belle Vernon into longer drives and to, they don't want to give up big plays.
Now they have a T formation behind Locks in the backfield from the Laurel Highlands 7-yard line. Handoff goes to Martin, off tackle near side, hurdles a man and gets out of bounds. Now didn't they have a new rule in, Steve, where you can't hurdle anymore, and yes, a flag comes in?
Yeah.
That was a new rule that got instituted, I think, before the season last year. You can't hurdle players anymore, so they'll end up being a personal foul penalty here against Martin. I guess more of a safety reason. You certainly take away some big plays.
Yeah.
Wait for the signal and the call. Actually, more of an illegal shift, it looked like.
Against Belle Vernon.
They're sending it back 15.
Let's get all the way back to the 21. So it wasn't the illegal shift. I think what I said initially, Steve, was correct. It was the illegal hurdle. So it'll be a 1st and goal now from the 21-yard line. I think the signal was just wrong. There is Locks, a little handoff going here to Anthony Cruz, and Cruz cuts up the field inside the 15-10, and Anthony Cruz from 21 yards out has a Belle Vernon touchdown. Cruz last year ran for 180 yards and 2 scores and gets Belle Vernon on the scoreboard for the first time in the 2023 season with that 21-yard run.
Wow, that was impressive. Very shifty from Cruz. Just kind of went out to the left side, little swing pass out there, and just made everybody miss.
Now 5:49 left here in the opening quarter. Anthony Cruz putting Belle Vernon on top 6-0. Now Schwarha for the extra points. The holders, Jacob Johnson, have a little trouble with it. Schwarha picks it up. He'll be tackled back at the 15-yard line. So the extra point try is no good, but Belle Vernon gets 6 on the TD run from Cruz and leads Laurel Highlands 6-0. 5:49 left here in the opening quarter. We're back in 60 here on the CR Product Group High School Sports Night.
It's a fact, we go your way all around every day. It's a fact, we're striving harder to get you farther. It's a fact, there's public transportation available for everyone in Fayette County. With Fayette Area Coordinated Transportation, you can grab the bus to practically everywhere. FACT has multiple programs to get you where you need to go, including curb-to-curb shared ride services, medical assistance transportation program, persons with disabilities programs, and many others. Curb-to-curb transportation fares vary for programs, but range from 0 and over, depending on mileage. Just make a reservation the day before your trip by 2 p.m. Call the FACT office at 724-628-RIDE or visit factbus.com for more information. It's a fact. They'll get you there. It's a fact. We're Fayette County Public Transit.
Back here at Mustang Field, a 5-play, 30-yard drive capped off by a 21-yard touchdown run from Anthony Cruz has the Belle Vernon Leopards in front of the Laurel Highlands Mustangs by a score of 6-0 after the extra point try was no good. It actually looks like Steve Preston Rathaway is doing the kicking for Belle Vernon. We were told it was Schwarha coming in, but Rathaway will send it away here and will send it back into the end zone for a touchback. And Laurel Highlands will start 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line up in Redstone Field tonight. Uniontown off to a 7-0 lead over Brownsville.
Well, let's see what happens here. They get Mustangs got to try to move the ball forward a little bit. They just kept stumbling a little bit on that last the last drive. Couple penalties, a couple of backwards plays, and then kind of a tough shank of a punt, if you will, and it's all of a sudden they give Belle Vernon good field position. And actually, with that penalty, they put themselves in a pretty good spot, but then all of a sudden a big run by Cruz.
The Mustangs go back to work, line out of the shotgun. Will take the snap, inside handoff, a little delay there from Jaden Tucker, and Tucker again hit behind the line of scrimmage, a drop for a loss. Initial penetration made by Tanner Moody, getting to Tucker first, and they're going to actually give him forward progress back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, just nowhere to go for Tucker, just trying to be a little shifty and trying to wait for a block to develop that never came.
Now 2nd and 10 from the Mustang 20. Line back out of the gun. Jaden Tucker to his left. Triple right formation. Single coverage out to the near side. John Duke, the lone wideout. Over on the left side as Lyon takes the snap, play fake, tries to take it himself up the middle and gets up close to the 22-yard line. A yard, maybe two there for Noah Lyon on the run. But these yards tough to come by, Steve, against this tough Belle Vernon defense.
Well, they sure are.
Caught by Livy.
And somebody better tell somebody to turn the lights on, right? The lights are not on yet.
Third down and 9.
Sunset just before 8 o'clock tonight, so still a little bit of time. Sitting here at 7:14. You're right, they might want to get them warmed up here sooner rather than later. Now, 3rd and 9 now for Laurel Highlands. Same formation, 3 wideouts out to the far side as Lyon takes the snap, tries to step up. He's in trouble and again upended in the backfield and drop back at the 19-yard line. Sacked on the play there again by Tanner Moody, who's gotten to the Mustangs quite a bit here on their opening 2 drives of the game.
Just nowhere to go with the football. Only had a couple of receivers out in the pattern, and there were several defenders swarming each of them.
The Mustangs will stay with Tanner Brewsda as the punter back at the 7-yard line. Again, the first punt Brewsda had went for just 6 yards in this game. Looking for better success here, and the snap never got back in his direction. It's picked up by Tristan Baker, and Baker just gets back to the 16-yard line, ends up losing 4. So once again, Belle Vernon will take over deep in the Laurel Highlands territory.
Almost looked like a fake punt attempt where the snap went right to Baker, and it hit him in the right side of the hip. I don't think he was expecting or anticipating that coming as a fake. Maybe it might have been just a bad snap. He might have been a little bit in the lane there in the way. The ball coming back hit him. He at least picked it up. But, again, the punt game, Brian, we talk about it every week. It's an adventure, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Leopards will put the ball in play, 1st and 10.
And now the Leopards will put the ball in play here at the Laurel Highlands 16-yard line.
It's that school in Texas. Remember we talked about it a couple years ago?
They never punt.
They never kicked, right? They didn't kick or punt.
Locks takes the snap. He's going to put it up across the middle, and a Belle Vernon touchdown going to Quentin Martin. You talk about too easy, Steve.
Yeah.
That was too easy there. Just one play, 16 yards. Locks to Martin, and the Leopards lead up to 12-0 over Laurel Highlands.
And they're going to go for 2 to make up for that extra point, I think.
Yeah, quite a difference after playing Uniontown last week and then coming up here and playing the defending 3A state champs. Could be a long night here for Laurel Highlands. You're right, they are going to try to go for 2 here. And they're lining up here on the left hash mark. Locks out of the shotgun, triple right set. Watch for Locks maybe to call his own number here, Steve. Now he's going to pull it back. Look to throw, flushed out to the near side with a flag on the play. Intended wide receiver was Getico. He could not hang on to it.
Now that could be a face mask. Looks like it's been a hold. Now it's going to be a holding call.
Broken up by Jones. County flag on the play.
So the Mustangs can decline it. And the Mustangs will get the football back, but they're down 12-0. Belle Vernon over Laurel Highlands. 3:40 left here in the opening quarter. We're back in 60 here on the CR Product Group High School Sports Night.
Ready to update your home? Find what you need at Zen's Construction Warehouse. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff will be happy to help you the old-fashioned way. They'll answer your questions and get you started on your next home project. Conveniently located at 485 Walnut Hill Road in Continental. Zen's open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5:30, Saturday and Sunday 10 to 2. For more information, call 724-366-8274 or visit Zen's Construction Warehouse's Facebook page. Zen's Construction Warehouse, their surplus is your savings.
Looking for the highest quality products at the lowest prices? Shop and save on Walnut Hill and Uniontown has the widest selection of brands and the freshest offerings around. They specialize in your family's grocery needs. Save big and sign up for the Shop and Save Perks card to get money-saving benefits and discounts on gas. Shop and save. Walnut Hill Road, Uniontown, open 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day. Working hard to offer you the best at Shop and Save because it's the just right thing to do.
Rathaway to send it away again for Belle Vernon. Leopards lead at 12-0 over the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. Laurel Highlands yet to generate any kind of offense so far. This kickoff going back to Antoine Black at the 1-yard line. Here's Black at the 15. And try to go after his ankles there. Broke a tackle, flag on the play, and Black takes it up close to the 25-yard line.
Well,
Black on the return.
how many times on a kick do you see a block on the back, holding, whatever? It seems like it's
Flag on the play.
NFL or college games. It's almost 80% of the time when they're kicking that you have one of those calls. But this one may go against Belle Vernon, it looks like. Let's see what they're going to call. Personal foul, face mask. Yeah.
Mustangs will take that.
Personal foul, face mask.
The line of scrimmage would have been right around the 25-yard line. I'll push it forward to the 40. Let's see if the Mustangs can take advantage of the good field position.
First and 10.
Come to the line here again with Noah Lyon out of the shotgun. Twin receivers to each side. Lyon with the back off to his left. Will take the snap. He'll hang in the pocket. Got his. He released the football. The ball is tipped, and actually it's still bobbled around before finally hitting the turf right around the 40-yard line. Leopards came close to an interception there.
One of our linemen almost had a hand on it, and he was tipping it up in the air, and it, like you said, there was a number of Leopards had their mitts on it, but nobody could. It was like a hot potato, wasn't it?
Now 2nd and 10 from the Laurel Highlands 40-yard line. Next week, the Mustangs make the trek north to Kiski area to take on the Cavaliers. We'll have the game for you here on WMBS, our Sprouse Insurance Crew pregame show starting at 6. Opening kick set for 7. We'll also have the Uniontown Carrot game from Bill Powers Stadium on the WMBS Facebook page. Screen here, dropped by Antoine Black. We saw a couple of those drops last week as well from Black. Very uncharacteristic, Steve, from Black, who was very shorthanded a season ago.
Well, that pass was drilled at him, pretty good velocity on it, and was a little bit behind him, but Black still would probably tell you he needs to make that play, but there was really not much room for him to run anyway.
Now 3rd and 10 from the Laurel Highlands 40. Tristan Baker off to the left now of Noah Lyon. Trips out to the far side. Little juggle from Lyon, tries to regain, and that pass ended up in between Josiah Lewis and Darren Dunn. So the Mustangs again 3 and out.
That will bring up a 4th down and 10.
Belle Vernon will get the football back once again. Tanner Brewsda on the punt. The first punt went 6 yards. The second punt, he never even touched Steve. Snap never got back to his direction.
Never got back to him.
Brewsda now try to shade the sun here from the 28. Quentin Martin back deep right around the 22-yard line on the other side.
Good
clean snap coming back to Brewsda. Another short punt going out of bounds here on the near side. So Brewsda struggling here tonight for Laurel Highlands. 12-0 Belle Vernon over the Mustangs. 3:07 left here in the first. We're back in 30 here on the CR Product Group High School Sports Night.
McClure & Wolf, certified public accountants, your full-service accounting firm serving the tri-state area since 1926, is conveniently located at 538 Morgantown Street in Uniontown. Offering tax, accounting, auditing, payroll, management advisory, and estate planning services, McClure & Wolf is recognized as an industry leader in providing their clients with quality professional services. To find out more about their services, visit them online at www.mcclurewolfcpas.com or give them a call at 724-437-2000 for McClure & Wolf, certified public accountants.
Back here at Mustang Field, Belle Vernon once again taking over with good field position, this time at the Mustang 50. They've started drives at the 30 and the 23. This one starting at midfield, and Loxley going to put it up again. Looks deep middle, single coverage, and the pass is tipped and falls incomplete. Jetico, no, check that. That was Adam LeCarte. Was the intended wide receiver. Coverage from Josiah Lewis.
Yeah, just a little bit of pressure. He tried to step up into the pocket and got hit as he threw the ball, so the ball kind of fluttered. It floated. It was a punch knuckle throw down there. Just kind of, it wobbled, and he just didn't quite get there. He had his guy beat down the field.
Blocks now 4 of 5 for 38 yards and a touchdown. Uniontown now up 14-0 on Brownsville. from Redstone Field tonight.
Historic.
Yes, historic red zone field. 12-0 Belle Vernon here, 2:39 left in the first. An little screen pass going there to Martin. And Quentin Martin in some trouble, now trying to cut back here to the near side. Martin a little stiff arm, and they're finally going to bring him down. And it was Antoine Black able to pull down Martin back at the 40 for a 10-yard loss on the play. What goes a run as that pass was actually behind the line. And give Black a lot of credit there, Steve. Chasing down Martin.
Well, Martin tried to, something you might see in a grade school Pop Warner game, right? He's trying to back up and figure he's the fastest, best player on the field, but Antoine Black had something to say about that, didn't he?
Dropped him for a loss of 10, and now let's see if the Mustangs can get a big stand here on 3rd and 20.
You got 3 receivers out to the left and only 2 defenders.
Locks takes the snap, rolls far side, throws on the run. The pass is tipped and falls incomplete. So credit the Mustang defense, Steve, after a tough first couple of series. Coming up big here, got a big defensive stop on Martin. And now we'll give their offense an opportunity to get the football back as Belle Vernon faced with a 4th and 20 from their own 40-yard line.
And shadows starting to cover the field. I can't believe they haven't put the lights on yet. Maybe there's a budget constraints, maybe, huh?
1:57 left here in the opening quarter. Clean snap coming back to the 25-yard line.
It's kind of
and the punt's a short one's going to hit at the Mustang 40 and take a Belle Vernon bounce out of bounds.
Well, the punters are having trouble tonight. The ball must be.
Now, it was once again Rathway doing the kicking. We were told it was going to be Schwarha. Not sure what the situation was there. Nonetheless, Laurel Highlands will take over their own 40 when we come back. 12-0 Belle Vernon over Laurel Highlands. We're back in 30 here on the CR Product Group High School Sports Night.
Ladies and gentlemen, we remind you.
Your health is the most important thing to you. When you need physical therapy, find the best clinic to serve you. Movement Physiotherapy, now located off Route 40 on Pedro Drive, west of Uniontown, understands this and wants to help ease the stress. Tyler Gasick has over 10 years of experience helping people improve their health with physical therapy and is ready to help you. Tyler's from the Uniontown area and is committed to helping improve his community. To schedule your appointment, phone 724-912-PTPT or visit Movement Physiotherapy online at movementpp.com.
Tristan Baker, a 2-yard run for Laurel Highlands as we come back. And Tony tells me, Steve, we've had punts of, 4, 10, and 15 tonight. Wow.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Laurel Highlands coaches were not happy with the officials there. They marked that ball about 5 or 6 yards farther downfield than they probably should have. The ball looked like to me, it went around the 40, and they marked it all the way down at the 35. And Coach Kolsar and a lot of Mustang assistant coaches were pointing that out to the officials, and I think the officials were just a little confused.
Flying inside handoff again, this time going to Parker Hoff. And Hoff across the 40 up to the 43-yard line. So Hoff able to get 4, maybe 5 there and setting up a very manageable 3rd and 2 here for the Mustangs. We go under a minute left here in the opening quarter.
Well, you got to figure it's 4-down territory at this point. The way why would you punt again, right? If you got less than 4 or 5 yards to go.
The 3rd and 2, they're going to reposition Antoine Black off to the slot right. Protector back off to the left of Noah Lyon. Line of scrimmage, the Laurel Highlands 43.
A lot of movement around, confusion now. He's moving the players around.
Now Black back in motion to the far side.
Trying to get Belle Vernon to jump.
It's reset again in the slot right as he takes the snap inside. Hand off to Baker with a huge hole into Belle Vernon territory. And Tristan Baker takes it down to the Leopards 42-yard line. So a couple of positive plays for the Mustangs. Now have Laurel Highlands set up here in Belle Vernon territory at the 42. Now probably be the final play of the opening quarter at will. So after 1 quarter of football, it's Belle Vernon 12, Laurel Highlands nothing. We're back with the second quarter in 60 seconds here on the CR Product Group High School Sports Night.
The people of South Union Township know it's one of the finest places in Fayette County to live and raise a family. There are clean, safe neighborhoods, 2 beautiful parks, a wonderful school district. The taxes are the lowest in the county. The garbage and sewage charges are the cheapest in the entire state. And there's not been a tax increase in 52 years. The Vernon name is a strong name for quality, people-oriented services. When you need something, Rick Vernon is there. Why break up a good team? Let's keep a good team together so Rick Vernon can continue to work hard for our great quality of life. Rick thanks everyone for their support in the primary and would appreciate your vote in the fall so that he can continue working with his fellow supervisors, Bob Schiffbauer and Jason Scott, for our great quality of life.
Paid for by the candidate.
Sports legend.
Back here at Mustang Field, a ceremony being held here in between quarters as Rick Hogger, the longtime Laurel Highlands basketball coach, being honored for over 600 wins in his Mustang career. And what a great career Coach Hogger has had, Steve, and I believe he's coming back for the fall.
Well, that's good. It's he's well, they got 2 WPIAL championships.
Correct.
The last couple of years, and that's pretty good. Pretty good coaching, and got it running a nice program, and hopefully they keep it going.
Our game also being simulcast on the South Union Township Sports Network. I'd like to thank Smith Lewis Chess CPAs in Uniontown, Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law, the Sprouse Insurance Group, and Agent David Hughes, SWGI Specialist, now a part of U.S. Digestive Health. Chesler's Fine Furniture, Route 51 north of Uniontown. The UPMC Rehabilitation Institute and physical therapist Jim Burns. United Bank, the law offices of Zebley, Mahaloff, and White. And South Union Township Supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott. Our live video stream here on WMBS tonight, courtesy of Watson Mundorff LLP and attorneys Bobby Gordon, Shane Gannon, and Tim Witt, and also Ted Sova and Son, Body and Fender Repair. There you see on the field, if you're watching our video stream, Laurel Highlands head coach Rick Hogger, Laurel Highlands principal John Diamond there as well, along with the entire Mustang basketball coaching staff. And also great to see John Smith back as well, Steve. John went through a number of health issues during the basketball season. Saw him on the golf course a couple of times this summer, and great to see him back at the game here tonight. And the Mustangs trying to continue this drive. That was their first down of the game. They have it now at the Belle Vernon 41, and Parker Hoff takes it down inside the 35, down to the 33-yard line. It might be another Laurel Highlands first down. Actually, it's going to be a 9-yard gain there for Hoff.
Good job by Hoff, though. Get downfield. He got right through a little crease
33-yard line.
and went upfield just like he was coached.
That's what the Mustangs need to do, Steve. Some sustained drives, take a little time off the clock, gradually work your way down the field, and try to get back into this game, trailing 12-0 here, opening minute of the second quarter. Another inside run, and that time the Mustang ball carrier hit behind the line of scrimmage, maybe got back to the line there on a little lean. That time it was Tristan Baker stopped for no gain. He'll bring up 3rd down and 1.
Well, the whole field is almost covered in shadows. You would think, I mean, seriously, they should put the lights on by now, wouldn't you think?
I agree. I'm not sure why they haven't warmed them up yet. Generally in this situation, you put the lights on before the game even starts just for them to take their effect gradually as the game goes on. Now 3rd and 1, same play again right up the middle this time to Hoff, and he's drilled and lost a yard that time back to the 34. Maybe went to the well one too many times.
Yeah, Dane Levi just smashed him. And obviously from the 34-yard line and just 4th and 2, not much of a decision here for the Mustangs offense to go, other than to go for it, right?
4th and 2. And you haven't had a punt in this game over 20 yards so far. Now Lyon back out of the shotgun. Protector back off to his right. They're going to bring Antoine Black in motion. He'll reset in the slot left. And they'll bring him back in motion here to the near side, and he'll get it here on the jet sweep. Cuts up the field, leans forward. It's going to be close. Nope. Needed the 32 for a first down. And he might be a little bit short here, at least from the linesman here on the near side. Looked like on the far side, Steve, that the linesman coming in there might have given him the spot. The linesman on the near side might have stopped him short. They're going to bring out the chains here for a measurement.
Yeah, I think you're right. It looks, I mean, you're a little over to the right of me in the press box, and I would say he's probably about a half a yard short.
You look where the stick is right now. It's just past maybe the 32.5-yard line. And the football maybe at the 32.75-yard line. That's possible.
Yeah.
So they're going to bring the chains out here, and let's check. This measurement should be very close to see if the Mustangs have a first down. Extend the chains, close. And I don't think he has it. Just short, Belle Vernon football. 9:52 left before halftime. Leps get it back, leading 12-0. And we're back in 30 here on the CR Product Group High School Sports Night.
Looking for a fast, friendly notary service? Sandy Howell Notary Services, LLC, 158 Dry Knob Road, Smithfield, PA, is here to help with transfers, plate renewals, new PA plates, and more. They serve Uniontown, Smithfield, Fairchance, and surrounding areas. Open weekday evenings starting at 5:30 p.m., Saturday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Sandy Howell Notary Services, 158 Dry Knob Road, Smithfield, 724-564-8955. Big enough to serve you, small enough to know you by name.
As we come back, Quentin Martin, a big run here for Belle Vernon, picks up a Leopards first down and 16 yards, taking it down to the Belle Vernon 48.
Martin on the carry, run out of bounds by Jones.
Belle Vernon up 12-0, looking for more still, Steve. The lights aren't on yet.
No, it's unbelievable. I bet you they just forgot. Right? Somebody's at the flip of the switch there who's got to turn them on. I don't know where they have the light switch. I would imagine it's over there in the field house, right? You would think.
Hopefully all the breakers are working tonight. Pretty much don't have any sun really left on the field right now.
No, it's getting dark. I mean,
now Martin in motion out of the backfield, inside run to Jetico, and Jake Jetico taking it down to the Laurel Highlands 44-yard line, 6-yard gain. Bring up second down and 4.
Gain of 5 on the play, second down and 5.
Second down and 4 now.
Laurel Highlands 46-yard
and Laurel Highlands 46. We have a quad right set now for Belle Vernon. Jetico to the left of Locks in the backfield will set up a screen going to Martin. Has it here at midfield, hit behind the line and driven back. Mustangs getting a little help there from Parker Hoff, who's able to finish off Martin.
Yeah, good job by Hoff to fight his way through that trio of blockers that they had out there for Martin, and he was able to get in there. Martin tried to dodge him, but he couldn't do it, and sets up a 3rd and 5.
Line of scrimmage back to the Laurel Highlands 47. Leopards need the Mustangs 42 for a first down. Locks again back out of the shotgun. Mustangs might have come across the line.
A couple of guys did.
Penalty flag on the play.
Should be just about enough for a Belle Vernon first down after that offsides penalty.
5-yard penalty.
That was on Pletcher, number 52 on the outside. He just jumped across.
And that will give the Panthers
easy to be eager in that situation defensively, trying to get another stop, but now the Leopards going right back to it for the Mustang 42. It's Quentin Martin hitting the backfield, spins forward and gets 2 down to the 40-yard line to bring up second down and 8. We're down to 7:45 left before halftime. Pretty quick moving first half here, Steve.
Well, a lot of run plays, and Mustangs are keeping the ball on the ground, and Belle Vernon is doing the same. They're passing a few times, but they're mostly completing them, so it's keeping the clock moving. And again, it's getting dark now. I mean, it's the sun is almost completely set to the left over there behind the field house. And
we don't have Gary with us tonight to check on those things.
Now.
Yep.
Lights are coming on now.
We're finally starting to warm them up a little bit. Locks back out of the shotgun, bringing Martin in motion. They'll fake the jet sweep, inside handoff to Jetico, and Jetico just getting a yard down to the 39. It'll bring up 3rd down and 7.
Jetico on the carry.
6:56 left before halftime.
Yeah, those lights aren't like the lights in your kitchen where you just turn them on and they're bright right away. They take not too long, 10 minutes or so to warm up.
After our game coverage tonight wraps up, stay tuned for the Triple Live Scoreboard Show with Don Rebel. It's back after a hiatus last week. As soon as we go off the air until 11 o'clock tonight, Don will keep you updated on all the scores from around the WPIAL.
Timeout.
We'll take one as well. 6:30 left before halftime. 12-0 Leopards over the Mustangs. We're back in 60 here on the CR Product Group High School Sports Night.
Does your car sound like it's saying, "Trade me in, trade me in," every time you start it up? Well, go to Ford of Uniontown and trade it in. That's right, your Uniontown Ford dealer is ready to assist you with a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV purchase. Ford of Uniontown has all the deals, all the inventory, and they are ready to deal. It has never been a better time to buy a Ford. Service is their top priority. No matter where you purchase your Ford car or truck, Ford of Uniontown will be happy to service it for you. They offer Ford-trained technicians, Ford-certified parts and service, 1-year, 12,000-mile parts warranties, and new state-of-the-art service equipment. Call or stop in today to see the hometown service of Ford of Uniontown, Route 40 West across from Applebee's. So listen to your car the next time you hear it say, "Trade me in, trade me in." Ford of Uniontown, Route 40 at the top of the hill.
Belle Vernon a 12-0 lead here over Laurel Highlands up at Redstone Field tonight. Uniontown now leading Brownsville 21-0. Belle Vernon facing a 3rd and 7 now from the Laurel Highlands 39. Locks again out of the shotgun. Protector back off to his right as Martin comes in motion here to the near side and whistles. What's that all about, Steve? You're going to reset the play clock.
Yeah.
With the play clock, we can't see it. Not sure what's going on now. Now the referee is giving the go-ahead to resume play. 3rd and 7. Martin back in motion here to the near side. Locks takes the snap, goes to Gettico right up the middle, and Gettico a huge hole. Gettico inside the 10, and Jake Gettico with a touchdown run there for Belle Vernon from 39 yards out to increase the Leopards' lead now to 18-0.
42 yards and a Belle Vernon touchdown.
Just a little draw play. Gettico pretty shifty. Right, left, and straight up the middle.
Mentioned his sophomore year, Steve. Had a huge game against Laurel Highlands. Ran for 235 yards and 5 touchdowns. And the Leopards' 56-14 win over the Mustangs. That was the game that Quentin Martin did not play. Leopards again will go for 2 here. Score occurring at the 6:22 mark of the second quarter. A 7-play, 67-yard drive. Took 3:30 off the clock. Now Wildcat set here for Martin, and he'll take it in for the 2-point conversion to increase the lead to 20-0. So all Belle Vernon here over Laurel Highlands. The Mustangs mustered a couple of first downs on their last drive, but yield another touchdown here as the Leopards lead the Mustangs 20-0. 6:22 left before halftime. We're back at 60 here on the CR Product Group High School Sports Night.
When your car is damaged, the name to remember is Ted Sova & Son Body and Fender Repair. Currently in their 60th year of providing quality, reliable service to the community, Ted Sova & Son offers complete collision service, minor to major repairs, frame and unibody repairs, and glass installation. They'll gladly blueprint your vehicle for repair, and they'll work with your insurance company. With a paint booth that utilizes the environmentally friendly waterborne paint process, Ted Sova & Son not only cares for our community and our children, they care for our environment. Located on Atlas Road in Hopwood, it's the goal of Ted Sova & Son to alleviate the stress of an accident and assist you in any way possible. Family owned and operated for 60 years. Call 724-437-2351. 724-437-2351 for Ted Sova & Son Body and Fender Repair. Always proud to support local high school sports.
Ted Sova, one of our video stream sponsors tonight, along with attorneys Bobby Gordon, Shane Gannon, and Tim Witt at Watson Mundorff LLP. Appreciate you joining us for high school football action. All Belle Vernon so far. Jake Gettico, a 39-yard touchdown runs, and increase the Leopards' lead over the Mustangs to 20-0. Now the kickoff going to Hunter Kuzier here at the 16. Kuzier at the 20, a little cut back at the 25. Kuzier still going across the 30 up to the 35-yard line. Took a pretty good shot there. The Mustangs didn't find out, Steve, until warm-ups that Kuzier would even be able to play tonight.
Well, they need to get all the best players. The Mustangs need to step up here and maybe sustain a little bit of a drive and get a couple of first downs, get some positive things going.
Line of scrimmage here will be the Laurel Highlands 36. As Noah Lyon operate out of the shotgun. Jaden Tucker in the game. Now having some discussions here with Tristan Baker, who's lined up to the left of Noah Lyon, and the inside run. Baker able to just take it up to the 37. Maybe a yard there for Tristan Baker, but those runs between the tackles, Steve, yards are tough to come by.
Line from Belle Vernon, too big, too strong. And just you got to give credit to those guys up front there. Locks and Wiggle and Levy and Johnson doing a fantastic job for Belle Vernon, plugging holes and not letting the Mustangs get off the line of scrimmage.
Second and a long 9. This time Jaden Tucker across the 40 up to the 42-yard line. Tucker picking up 5, maybe 6. Again, at least setting up a manageable third down situation here for the Mustangs. You have to think you're down 20-0 already. You've struggled in the punting department. Might be 4-down territory the rest of the way.
Yeah, could be. I mean, you just got to you got to at least get some positive yards here, like you said, to get a couple that make it a manageable fourth down.
3rd and 4, Parker Hoff hit behind the line and dropped for a yard loss back to the 39. Now 4th down, and they're going to bring out the punting unit. It's a little surprising here, Steve.
Yeah.
They're bringing Kuzier out on the field, but I don't think he's going to punt. Now he's going to run back to the sidelines.
Oh, they got the punting game there, and I don't understand this. I mean, you've had a couple of positive plays right on offense with Hoff going up the middle.
4th and 4. Tristan Baker is the up back. Bruised a little rollout, and that one got blocked.
That was, I don't know if it was blocked or it was.
Nonetheless, shanked again here on the near side. Mustangs haven't had a punt over 20 yards tonight. Belle Vernon again takes over in Laurel Highlands territory, up 20-0. 4:11 left before halftime. We're back in 30 here in the CR Product Group High School Sports Night.
When you are looking to make some extra cash for your aluminum cans, visit Cherokee Recycling, where aluminum can is king. Cherokee Recycling is open Monday through Friday 9 till 5 and Saturdays 8 till 12 noon, closed Sundays and holidays. Give Marcus or Rags a call today at 724-439-3228 for Cherokee Recycling, where recycling makes the most sense.
Back here at Mustang Field, Belle Vernon looking for more. 4:11 left before halftime. Locks out of the shotgun, play fake. They're coming after him, and Locks is sacked by the Mustangs' Tristan McCoy all the way back at the Belle Vernon 46-yard line.
Good play there by the Mustangs just to get in there and create some havoc and a big tackle for a loss, and that's something you can kind of hang your hat on going into the locker room. Some good plays like that.
That was a loss of 13 yards. It'll be 2nd and 23. By the way, the Mustang punts tonight, Steve, 4, 10, and -1 yards. They've had 13 yards of punting in 3 punts. They've averaged less than 5 yards a punt in this game. 2nd and 23. Locks across the middle. And the ball is tipped and intercepted. The Mustangs with a pick here, Tristan Baker. After a little juggle, Baker on the interception, picking off Locks. And now Laurel Highlands will take over with 3:13 left before halftime.
Wow,
Colton Lee was the intended wide receiver.
Just a fortunate bounce. He had it, and he was trying to catch it. and kind of gathered in, and it got hit, and the ball got tipped up in the air. And the Mustangs are right there, and that's a big turnover.
The Mustangs certainly needed that. We'll take over now at their own 31. Line out of the shotgun. Parker Hoff now to his left. It seems like a lot of confusion out there here, Steve, on the Laurel Highlands side. Hunter Kujar back in the game, lined up in the slot right. Play fake from Lyon, looking for a running room, trying to turn the corner on the far side, and again, pulled down behind the line and dropped for a loss back at the 29. 3-yard loss on the run from Noah Lyon.
Yeah, that's Locks, the quarterback from the other side, who's going to be a tight end, and just flung him around like a little teddy bear.
He's a pretty good defensive end as well, at 32 tackles and 5 sacks last season defensively. 6'5", 215 pounds. 2nd and 13 now with 2:37 left before halftime. Lyon back out of the gun, triple right set. He's going to put it up. Flush to the near side. Lyon in trouble, and he's sacked back at the 20-yard line. And for Belle Vernon, once again, it's Tanner Moody. He's been all over the place defensively for the Leopards.
Yeah.
Certainly has to be a candidate for our player of the game, courtesy of Fayette County Commissioner Vince Facides tonight.
Loss of 8 on the play, third down.
Now 3rd and 21.
Well, the Belle Vernon team feeling it now. I mean, they're defending state champs, and there's a time. Is that a timeout?
Yes. We do have a timeout with 1:59 left before halftime. 20-0. Belle Vernon over Laurel Highlands. Are back in 60 here on the CR Product Group High School Sports Night.
Bad hair day, bad day at the office, bad day behind the wheel. Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sproul's Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to SproulsInsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Going on now at C. Harper Chevrolet.
Our customers can save up to $10,000 or special financing on a new Chevy Silverado. Chevrolet, find new roads. Offer is valid with select 2023 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab with 2.7-liter engine. Includes Chevrolet loyalty. Must trade a 2009 or newer Chevrolet passenger car or truck. Up to $10,000 off or 1.9% for 36 months with approved credit through GM Financial in lieu of customer cash. Residency restrictions apply. While supplies last. Call dealer for all other details at 724-573-8432. Sale ends September 5th, 2023.
3rd and 21 now for Laurel Highlands after the timeout. Line of scrimmage. The Mustangs 21-yard line. Out of the shotgun, Lyon. Pump fake, in trouble again and sacked back at the 14-yard line. That time it was Aiden Johnson that got to him to force the sack. Johnson last year 33 tackles and 2 sacks. He's a 6'2", 215-pound senior.
Well, Belle Vernon's going to take a timeout and make sure they have time after a punt, and why not? The way the punt games have been going for both teams, you're going to get pretty good field position.
We'll step aside for a quick 30-second timeout here. 1:52 left before halftime. 20-0. Belle Vernon over Laurel Highlands here on the CR Product Group High School Sports Night.
Chiropractor, husband, father, team doctor, and coach. I'm Dr. Bob Baker, and I'm running for Fayette County Coroner. As a proven leader and team player, I will lead with integrity and compassion. My plans and goals for this office will be a great benefit for our community, to not only serve those in need, but to also help prevent tragedies. I'm Dr. Bob Baker, and I would greatly appreciate your support. Paid for by friends of Dr. Bob Baker.
This time, Hunter Kujar will be the Mustang punter as I try to mix things up. Kujar saw some time in the pass punting for the Mustangs, standing back at his own 5-yard line, and there you go, Steve. Sailing that one away. Quentin Martin's going to let it bounce, and I'll pick it up on one hop at the Laurel Highlands 47. Martin on a run back. Has a lot of running room inside the 35-30, and Quentin Martin finally pulled down by the punter, Kujar, at the 26.
Well, like I said, the punting game is anything can happen, right? So even if you do get a good punt, then you got to cover it. But there's a flag, Brian, on the far side over there at the 24-yard line. Let's see what that's about.
1:37 left before halftime. Still waiting for a signal here from the official. Personal foul, illegal hit to the helmet.
And hands to the face, maybe.
On Belle Vernon.
Personal foul.
The Mustangs will take it.
Face masking call.
Tony tells me that was a 23-yard punt there from Kujar.
Well, it looked better than that.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
I thought it was better than that. That's why I questioned it, but Tony tells me no 23.
Tony, if he's listening, can he hear us?
He can hear us.
Okay. He'll like this. I was at a wedding this weekend.
He can talk to you now, too,
and,
if you guys need to converse.
And I met one of the all-time greats from Belle Vernon, Bill Kontz.
Bill Kontz, right.
Yeah,
Penn Stater.
Penn Stater, and he was playing the national championship team. He's got a book, When the Lions Roared. He got drafted by the Browns, played several years in the NFL for the Browns. There's a
Locks
touchdown.
quick screen here to Colton
Flag,
Lee, and Lee
flag.
down on the near side with Black trying to chase him down, takes it in. We'll check the flag that was thrown back at the 40-yard line.
That's going to be a hold. That's coming back, I believe.
There is a penalty flag on the play.
And Lee kind of showboated going into the end zone as well.
And let's see, they're all coming back. And that was a nice design play.
It was.
Just the receiver out there blocking had two defenders, and he grabbed them, and he just got called for the hold. But going back, Bill Kontz played on that national championship team. What was that, 1982, Tony? Or was that 86?
Yeah. No, 82. That was a game against Georgia.
Yes, Herschel Walker.
Exactly.
That was my freshman year. I played against him when I was at West Virginia, and he was gone when we gone when we played him in '84. He was already playing for the Browns, I believe, at that time. But
yeah, he was Penn State from 79 to 83. He was there the same time I was.
Yeah.
First and 17. I'll let you guys get back to that conversation in just a moment. Play fake, and Locke's pulling the ball down. Will keep it himself, and Locke's a good runner in his own right.
Yep.
We'll have a Belle Vernon first down inside the 30 down to the 25-yard line. So Locke's a 25-yard run there for Belle Vernon. Another first down, and he got out of bounds to stop the clock with 1:16 left before halftime.
Well, he was at this. I've met him through mutual friends, and he's a nice guy. And he's my kind of guy, Tony. He likes a good cigar, So that's.
They're going to go quickly here. They respotted back at the 28. Quick screen near side. Pass complete this time, going to Anthony Cruz, and Cruz takes it down to the 11-yard line. Big hit there on the finish as Cruz picks up 17.
Pretty good job by Lewis for the Mustangs to grab him from behind just to save a touchdown, but the Belle Vernon Leopards knocking at the door again with a minute left.
Marion Jones finished him off right around the 11-yard line. So Locks get out of the gun, 1st and 10, quick screen near side. Pass complete again to Colton Lee, and Lee gets down to the 6 with 52 seconds left. Clock continues to run. Belle Vernon just one timeout left, and they're not going to take it yet.
All these plays out to the flat, little bubble screens, and one of these times the Mustang, wait, there's an injury. Well, that looks like a injury by the Mustangs to maybe get a stoppage.
Would you want to take a stoppage there, though? I mean, the clock was running.
Yeah.
Why would you just plop down with the clock rolling there?
Off went down almost like a cramp. He was standing there, looked like he was behind the line.
And just fell right down.
Yeah.
Injury stoppage brought to you by the UPMC Rehabilitation Institute. The leaders in physical therapy. Visit physical therapist Jim Burns on Wayland Smith Drive. Or phone 724-437-7500. UPMC Rehabilitation Institute. Relief is closer than you think. Off seems all right. Got a walk off here on the near side.
Parker Hoffey injured.
And I think that aided Belle Vernon more than it aided Laurel Highlands. They'll still have one timeout left, and they'll get to reset here with a 2nd and 4 from the Laurel Highlands 7-yard line.
Well, again, they're going with wide slot receivers all over the field, and you got Gedikoff next to him.
And Locks is going to put it up here. Locks across the middle, low passed it at one hop. Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Ball's incomplete on the intended pass there for Anthony Cruz.
Still only 2nd down, though. Now it's 3rd down.
3rd and 4 from the Laurel Highlands 7 with now 21 seconds left before halftime.
He had the man in the end zone, but he was drifting to his right, and he just didn't set himself and drill it in there.
So now 3rd and 4 from the Mustangs 7. Locks now 7 of 11 for 60 yards, a touchdown and an interception. Lines up here out of the shotgun. Gedico to his right, triple right set. Locks takes the snap, rolls far side, throws on the run. Has Quentin Martin down at the 1 yard line, and he got in, reached the ball across for the Leopards touchdown. Lead now up to 26 to nothing. Leopards running away here at Mustang Field. And for Locks, that's a second touchdown pass of the game. Let's see if they go for 2 here to try to get the lead back up to 28. And the score occurring with just 14 seconds left before halftime. And they will line up here with the T formation. Inside run to Gedico, keeps those legs churning. Did he get in for the 2?
He did not.
Officials say no, so the score remains 26 to nothing. Belle Vernon over Laurel Highlands. 14 seconds left before halftime, and we're back in 60 here on the CR Product Group High School Sports Night.
Funeral Home and Crematory, family owned and operated by Rick Gates, former Brownsville resident and Geibel alumni. Located in the former Dolphy Funeral Home on Gallatin Avenue, this historic home with ample parking has been beautifully restored and provides pre-need, at-need burial or cremation services. Gates Funeral Home and Crematory, offering families warmth, comfort, convenience, and affordability. With a knowledgeable funeral director and a compassionate staff. Phone 724-434-8040 or visit GatesFuneralServices.com.
I'm attorney Rob Harper of Radcliffe Law. Trip Radcliffe, Bill Martin, and I want you to know that Radcliffe Law has handled all sorts of accident cases for the past 40 years, and we are here for you. There is no need for you to travel to Pittsburgh and pay a larger fee. Call us and we will gladly meet with you for free right here in Uniontown. We even have Saturday hours to accommodate your schedule. Visit our website and Facebook page. Give us a call at 724-439-3939. Radcliffe Law, your local injury attorneys.
Back here, Laurel Highlands High School, 26 to nothing. Belle Vernon leading Laurel Highlands as the Leopards' domination, Steve, in this series continues.
Rathaway to kick.
Rathaway will send it away again. Touchdowns from Anthony Cruz, Quentin Martin, Jake Gedico, and Quentin Martin picking up a second one tonight as well. Kickoff going back to Antoine Black at the 4-yard line. Black with a blocker out in front, and Hunter Kuzier takes it back to the 27-yard line. Some extracurriculars here after the play between the Mustangs' Jacob Johnson and Colton Lee of Belle Vernon. A 7.9 now left, Steve, before halftime. I guess you just take a shot here. Why not? Down 26 to nothing.
Well, you really don't have much to lose, do you?
No.
Why not? Send somebody down there and send it up. Of course, Belle Vernon too well coached to let someone get behind them, you would think.
Out of the shotgun line, screen in and out of the hands of Antoine Black. Surprised he's dropping so many of those. I think 2 or 3 drops last week against Uniontown, 2 already here today. That should just kind of be a catch and run. Get it in your hands, then head up the field.
So that's you're trying to throw one out to the flat. Now they're just going to kneel on it. That's a dangerous play out there. You're not going to get too much yardage. Now we're going to just kneel on it.
He's taking it into the locker room, down 26 to nothing. Connellsville and Hempfield side at 7 in the second quarter as well. But here it's Belle Vernon 26, Laurel Highlands nothing. Stay tuned for our halftime show. Being brought to you by the Radcliffe Law Firm. We'll recap the first half stats. I think we're going to have an interview with Laurel Highlands head basketball coach Rick Honger. That and more ahead here on WMBS, the Triple Live High School Sports Network, and Facebook Live.
Just as your local State Farm agent combines good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates, you can combine your home and auto. And guess what you'll get? That's right, good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates. In fact, State Farm agent Lauren Yeoman is your go-to agent in Uniontown for the service you deserve at the price you want. So try to combine home and auto today. State Farm agent Lauren Yeoman will help you mix and match things perfectly. Call 724-592-6308 for your surprisingly great rates. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Chiropractor, husband, father, team doctor, and coach. I'm Dr. Bob Baker, and I'm running for Fayette County Coroner. As a proven leader and team player, I will lead with integrity and compassion. My plans and goals for this office will be a great benefit for our community, to not only serve those in need, but to also help prevent tragedies. I'm Dr. Bob Baker, and I would greatly appreciate your support.
Paid for by friends of Dr. Bob Baker.
Good times and good food. It's all at Potter's Bar and Grill on Morgantown Street in Uniontown, family-owned and operated. Potter's has been a staple in the Uniontown community since 1950. So get out of the house and make your next night out at Potter's Bar and Grill on Morgantown Street in Uniontown. Call them up at 724-438-9835. That's 724-438-9835. Or visit Potter's on Facebook. We'll see you at Potter's.
Magisterial District Judge Nathan Henning extends his best wishes to the Laurel Highlands Mustangs, the Uniontown Red Raiders, and all our local teams for a great season. District Judge Nathan Henning recognizes that a successful season requires teamwork. It's the result of the hard work of the players and the coaches and the support of their families. Good luck to the Laurel Highlands Mustangs and the Uniontown Red Raiders from District Judge Nathan Henning. Would appreciate your vote on November 7th.
I'm Mike Auble, and I am the Republican nominee for Fayette County District Attorney. I am a retired member of the Army and a veteran of Afghanistan. With nearly 20 years of experience in military, police, corrections, and criminal law, I am the most qualified candidate to be your...
Back here at Mustang Field at halftime, the Belle Vernon Leopards a 26-0 lead over the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. We're being joined here at halftime by Laurel Highlands head basketball coach Rick Hogger as he tries to figure out the headphones there, Coach. I think you got it this way. There you go. You can put it on.
I got it.
You got it now?
Yeah.
And a great ceremony for you in between the first and the second quarter. 600 career wins, a couple of WPIAL championships, and certainly been a fun last 4 years for your basketball program.
Well, for certain. Thank you to Mr. John, athletic director. He's the one that coordinated this. I really initially wasn't really going to do it, and then people talked to me and said, yeah, you need to do it. And Mr. John, as usual, he takes care of things. So, but the last 4 years obviously have been very productive and a whole lot of fun and a whole lot of hard work with a bunch of very, very good athletes. And when you have some really good players, you get a little bit smarter.
I know we talked a little bit in the offseason throughout the summer. You are coming back this fall, right?
Don't know.
Okay.
Don't know. It's been something I've been contemplating. It's a tough decision to make when you've done it for so many years, and but I'm still working as a principal, and the days from November to March, they really are long during basketball season, and I don't want to shortchange either opportunity of what I've been entrusted to do. So I don't know, but it's going to have to be decided here real quick.
Yeah, that's the thing. Basketball season, of course, getting underway. They'll start practices in mid-November. Season will start in December. So where are you leaning right now then? Not to put you on the spot, but
and I really would have to say probably not. But there's a good group of kids that are in the program right now. Obviously, I'm not going to be as talented as what have been in the past several years, and who knows? You never say never, but that's going to be a talent level group that's going to be hard to surpass.
And, of course, you have a nice coaching staff as well. John Smith there. Great to see him back on the field after he went through some health problems in the offseason. You got a lot of help from Jack Beener as well when John wasn't available there late in the season.
No question about it. John has worked really hard to progress in coaching. He gets the kids involved. He gets young kids out in the program, and obviously Jack and I go back to when first became the coach, 2004, 2005, and so. But that's what this is all about, as much as anything, is the relationships you make, and not only within your own staff, but within other schools and within the community, and it's a really good thing. Those type of relationships, you can't replace them.
Again, Coach, congratulations on a great career. We appreciate you taking the time to join us here at halftime. I know you have some decisions to make here over the next couple of weeks, and no matter what you decide, I'm sure it will be for the best, but we always like seeing you out at the gym in the fall for sure.
Well, I appreciate it, Brian, and I appreciate the work you guys do and all the way you've covered Laurel Highlands athletics here. It's really good, and how it's been able to involve the whole community and what's been going on.
That's Laurel Highlands head coach Rick Hogger joining us here at halftime, and we're back, and we'll recap some of the first half stats for you with Tony in just a moment. Our halftime show continues, brought to you by the Radcliffe Law Firm. Again, 26-0, Belle Vernon over Laurel Highlands here at the break.
County Commissioner. Commissioners have come and gone, but real change came when Dave Laura was elected Fayette County Commissioner. Dave left politics at the door to focus on what's best for the people of Fayette County. The county is changing from here at home to Pittsburgh to Harrisburg to Washington. They're noticing things are looking up for Fayette County, and businesses are noticing too. And that's good for everyone. Keep Dave Laura your Fayette County Commissioner.
Paid for by the Dave Laura campaign.
We're back here at Mustang Field. Great to talk to Laurel Highlands head basketball coach Rick Hogger at halftime. And Tony, were you surprised at all with his answer to us that it looks like possibly doubtful that he might be back in the fall?
No. And the reason is, Ricky, I know he's talked about even retiring as a principal. So, I'm sure he wants to kind of have a year just to kind of ease it on out, too, even if he's going to retire on the educational end. But tell you what, great career all the way around with the girls at Laurel Highlands, the boys at Laurel Highlands, Penn State, Fayette. He's just been a real stalwart in coaching here in the Fayette County and has done a great job. And 600 wins is pretty impressive.
For sure. Let's take a look at our halftime stats. They're being brought to you by Peach and Pharmacy inside the downtown Connellsville Peach and Market.
All right, we'll go over the Laurel Highlands Mustangs first, and really not a whole lot to look at. Noah Lyon passing was 1 for 5 for 14 yards, and that catch was by Parker Hoff. On the rushing end, Noah Lyon, 6 carries for minus 26 yards. Parker Hoff had 4 carries for 12 yards. Tristan Baker, 5 carries, 16 yards. Antoine Black, 2 carries for minus 3. And Jaden Tucker had 2 carries for 6 yards. The Mustangs in that first half ran 24 offensive plays. As mentioned, they had 5 yards rushing on 19 carries. They were 1 for 5 passing for 14 yards. Only total of 19 total yards of offense in that first half. They had 3 penalties for 15 yards and only had 2 first downs. The positive number was there were no turnovers outside of that punt that really we weren't sure if it was a fake or not, but really didn't go anywhere. For the Belle Vernon end, you had Braden Locks was 8 for 12 passing in that first half for 64 yards. He had 2 touchdown passes and 1 interception. Two of those touchdown passes to Quentin Martin. He had 4 catches for 25 yards and 2 touchdowns. Anthony Cruz with 1 catch for 17 yards. Alonzo Wade, 1 catch for 12 yards. And Colton Lee had 2 catches for 10 yards. On the rushing end, Belle Vernon was led by Jake Jetico, who had 4 carries for 51 yards and that 39-yard touchdown run. Anthony Cruz with 1 carry for 21 yards and a touchdown. Quentin Martin bottled up pretty good in that first half. 3 carries for only 8 yards. And Braden Locks had 2 carries for 9 yards in that first half. The Leopards ran 22 offensive plays. They had 88 yards rushing on 10 carries. They were 8 for 12 passing for 64 yards. Had a total of 152 yards of total offense in that first half. They did have 5 penalties for 56 yards. Had 5 first downs and 1 turnover on the interception that Locks threw that was picked off by Baker.
A 26-0 Belle Vernon over Laurel Highlands here at the break. Thanks, Tony, for those stats. We'll have a quick news update from Nick Barczyk on the way next. Then we're back with the second half. Belle Vernon 26-0 over Laurel Highlands here on WMBS, the Triple I High School Sports Network, the South Union Township Sports Network, and Facebook Live.
NovaCare Rehabilitation is now in Masontown. Using a personalized plan of care and one-on-one sessions, NovaCare gives you an advantage in rehabilitation. Dr. Haley Cruiser and our professional staff are certified to use industry-leading treatments, including LVST Big Therapy for Parkinson's disease, which increases mobility, improves balance, and decreases time necessary to complete tasks. These services supplement NovaCare's exceptional orthopedic, concussion, and vestibular dysfunction resources. For more information or to schedule an appointment, call our new Masontown office on Route 21 McClellantown Road at 724-491-5220.
Sam Davis was a gift from heaven. He knows the law and the court system unlike anyone else I've ever met or seen. Sam helped me get through the federal court system.
We'll continue to provide the exceptional GI care and treatment in our local community that you enjoy and trust. For more information or for help with your digestive problems, call 724-437-7677 or visit us at usdigestivehealth.com.
Chiropractor, husband, father, team doctor, and coach. I'm Dr. Bob Baker, and I'm running for Fayette County Coroner. As a proven leader and team player, I will lead with integrity and compassion. My plans and goals for this office will be a great benefit for our community, to not only serve those in need, but to also help prevent tragedies. I'm Dr. Bob Baker, and I would greatly appreciate your support.
Paid for by friends of Dr. Bob Baker.
Back here at Laurel Highlands High School, about 2 minutes away from starting the second half. All Belle Vernon, 26-0 over the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. At halftime, Connellsville, a 14-7 lead over Hempfield. It's been a long time since Connellsville has started a season 2-0. They knocked off Albert Gallatin last week, and at last check, Uniontown up 28-0 over Brownsville up at Redstone Field as well. And our game being simulcast on the South Union Township Sports Network as well tonight, courtesy there of Smith Lewis Chess, CPAs in Uniontown. Davis & Davis, attorneys at law, the Sprouse Insurance Group, and insurance agent David Hughes, SWGI specialist, now a part of U.S. Digestive Health. Chesler's Fine Furniture, Route 51 north of Uniontown. UPMC Rehabilitation Institute and physical therapist Jim Burns. United Bank, the law offices of Zebley Mahaloff and White, and South Union Township supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Fernan, and Jason Scott. Our live video stream here on WMBS, courtesy tonight of Ted Sova and Son Body and Fender Repair, and attorneys Bobby Gordon, Shane Gannon, and Tim Witt at Watson Mundorff LLP. Next week for Laurel Highlands, they'll travel to Kiski area to take on the Cavaliers. We're once again on the earth. Our Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show at 6, opening kickoff set for 7. Uniontown back at home next week, and they'll be playing Carrick out of the Pittsburgh City League. 7 o'clock start. We'll also have that game on the WMBS Facebook page. Tony Hanula doing the Uniontown game next week. Play-by-play here on WMBS Facebook. And Steve, I'm not sure if you were with us at halftime. We had Laurel Highlands head coach Rick Hogger on with us.
Listening. Yeah, I was here.
He said he's leaning towards not coming back in the fall.
I heard him. Yeah, that's interesting.
You'd have to think that decision's going to have to be made here pretty soon. We're into September already, and the season will be getting underway in about 2 months.
Well, you know, he's coached a long time, and, you know, there's something to be said for going out on top like he did. And, you know, he's put his time in, and he certainly deserves a break. And, you know, but, you know, coaching, you know, in athletics, it gets in your blood, right? You want to keep going. You don't want to quit. And, you know, always we talk about stuff, guys talk about retiring. I said there's only so many episodes of Gunsmoke a guy can watch during the day, right? You know, you got to do something.
Got to do something.
Yeah, you got to do something. So, you know, and I don't think Coach plays golf or anything, right? I've never seen him out in the golf course.
They say he's had some knee issues.
Yeah, so and he enjoys it. So we'll see, maybe he'll probably get to the end spot where, you know, he'll have to make a decision. Maybe he'll keep going.
It'll be interesting to see what plays out. And also the hiring process, of course, you'd have to think John Smith would be a top candidate, Laurel Highlands assistant coach, but they'd probably have to open that up for a school board vote, I would think, right?
Yeah, I don't know. That's probably a Gary Frankhauser question, but, you know, he would probably know all the ins and outs of the rules of that. But certainly Coach Smith has put his time in. And, you know, he works pretty hard with the kids, so hopefully he'd get a shot at it.
Tanner bruised a little squib kick, and falling on it there for Belle Vernon after a little juggle was Alonzo Wade.
Weighing on the return.
Well, good job there by Brewster just to put a little punch knuckle side spin zizzle in that ball, and it just kind of took a funny bounce, and Belle Vernon lucky to fall on it.
Line of scrimmage will be the Leopards' 35-yard line. They're working right to left as we describe it here in the third quarter. Again, leading Laurel Highlands by a score of 26-0. A couple of touchdowns from Quentin Martin in the first half. Jake Jedico, a 39-yard touchdown run. Also Anthony Cruz, a 21-yard touchdown run for the Leps. And the lineup with Braden Locks here out of the shotgun, opening play from scrimmage of this third quarter. And Locks has to go through his hands. He'll have to retreat back to the 20-yard line. Ball is still loose. Mustangs have a shot at this one. I think the Leopards got back on at the 20-yard line.
Yeah,
result, a 15-yard loss.
Locks tried to pick it up and just couldn't handle it. And number 50 for the Leopards was coming back to help out. That's
Dylan DeWitt.
DeWitt, yeah, he came back and hustled in there. Several Mustangs had a shot at it and just could not pounce on that football, but nevertheless a big loss for the, makes it second down and 25.
Locks back out of the gun line of scrimmage now. The Belle Vernon 20-yard line will operate here from the right hash mark. As Locks takes the snap, quick screen, far side, goes to Quentin Martin with a flag on the play. Martin just a minimal pickup of 4 down to the 24, but we'll check the flag.
That's probably going to be a block in the back, a holding.
Now, do you accept this, Steve? Do you take 3rd and 21, or do you take the 10 yards?
That's what the official's asking Coach Colsar, and he is, I tell you what, that's a tough one because you certainly don't want to give them an extra down, but they're going to
decline it.
Yeah, they're going to decline it because that's just an extra chance they have to make a big play, right? So you can only give them basically one play to get 20 yards.
I like that call. 3rd and 21 now from the Belle Vernon 24. They need the 45 for a first down. So Locks back out of the gun, sends Martin off here on the near side.
And Belle Vernon looks a little disorganized to start this second half, don't they?
See if they have a big play in them here, and a little pitch back on the run on the near side, and just getting up to the 27-yard line there is Anthony Cruz. So Cruz, who had a touchdown run back in the first half, actually the first score of the game, just gets 3 there, and it'll bring up 4th and 18.
Yeah. Antoine Black, nice tackle there. Yeah, he's going to go back to return this punt. So the Belle Vernon's had their issues with the punt game as well.
It's 4th down.
And again, we were expecting to see Schwarha today, according to head coach Matt Humbert and the information he sent me, but it's been Preston Rathaway. It's been doing the kicking, and a low snap coming back to Rathaway, line drive punt. Did it hit a Leopard in the back there?
Not sure, but I tell you what, he was close to fielding that ball with his knee on the ground.
He'll be down at the 28 to go Leopards roll, and that's where Laurel Highlands will start 1st and 10 when we come back. 9:52 left here in the third quarter, 26-0 Belle Vernon. We're back at 30 here on the CR Product Group High School Sports Night.
I'm attorney Trip Radcliffe of Radcliffe Law. I've practiced law in Fayette County for over 40 years. The success of our firm is the result of our clients trusting us to make the best decisions on their behalf when they're injured in an accident. We tell our clients, you get yourself better, we will deal with the rest. If you've been hurt in an accident, call us today to set up a free consultation, 724-439-3939. We have Saturday appointments for your convenience. Radcliffe Law, making the law personal.
So the Mustangs starting this drive out from their own 27-yard line. Lyon inside handoff, and just a minimal gain there for Laurel Highlands on the ground. That one went to Parker Hoff. We'll bring up 2nd down and 10 as Hoff just getting back to the line of scrimmage.
The Belle Vernon line just plugging holes. There's nowhere for Hoff to run. They've had a couple of plays where they were able to slip Hoff or Baker through the line, and they got some good yardage, but a lot of the times these Belle Vernon kids are really doing a good job up front.
For the most part, the Belle Vernon defense, though, Steve, tonight's been lights out.
Well, it's 26-0, right? Yeah, Mustangs have got a couple of plays, but nothing really sustained.
2nd and a long 9. It's Lyon calling his own number, gets across the 30 up to the 31-yard line, gain of 3. Bring up 3rd down and a long 6.
This has to be a little overwhelming for Lyon. I mean, he had a nice game last week, but that was against Uniontown. And let's face it, Uniontown is not quite the same level of football right now as the Belle Vernon Leopards.
You're playing a team that won a state championship last year and lost only 8 seniors to graduation.
Well, yeah, I mean it's tough. It's everything's coming faster and harder, and he's a sophomore and he's seeing things that he hasn't seen before.
3rd and 5. They bring Black in motion. He's going to get the football, turning here on the near side, trying to cut up the field. He's held on to it, Steve, and he'll take it up to the 35-yard line. So 2 maybe there for Antoine Black. You're still looking at 4th and 3. And with the way the punting game's been, Cougar had a little bit of a better punt last time. I think it's still just roll the dice and go for it.
Well, yeah, a good punt, but they returned it 35 yards.
4th and 3. Mustangs going quickly here from their own 35-yard line. You have Parker Hoff in the game. He's to the right of Noah Lyon, and you have Jaden Tucker lined up in the slot right as Antoine Black comes in motion.
So
Gets a movement on the line. Now, did Belle Vernon come across first?
Well, that's going to be interesting. They're going to call the false start on the Mustangs. Number 70 for the Mustangs, that was Hunter Hrab. He moved, but the Belle Vernon player was moving towards him. So you wonder, who they call it on, and they call it on the Mustangs. So now that's going to force a punt.
Hunter Cougar in punt formation.
Like you said, that could have went either way, I thought.
Hunter Cougar back now right around the 18-yard line of Laurel Highlands, and you have Quentin Martin back at the 39. Cougar had a 26-yard punt last time out. Clean snap coming back to him here, and he'll shank it.
Well, that should be on the 35-yard line if they...
They're real close to it. So the Mustang punting woes continue. Belle Vernon will start 1st and 10 here at the Mustang 33 when we come back. 7:20 left here in the third, 26-0 Leopards. We're back in 30 here on the CR Product Group High School Sports Night.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest. Now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
Belle Vernon up 26-0 over Laurel Highlands, operating here out of the shotgun. Braden Locks from the Mustang 35-yard line. Locks will take the snap. Little flare out on the far side, almost intercepted by Antoine Black. Was intended there for Quentin Martin.
Wow, that just did not look like the same kind of throw that I saw in warm-ups. He had a nice arm throwing the ball downfield, and that one he looks like he just shoved it. And it looked like he didn't have a handle of that thing, and he just kind of flung it out there trying to go too fast.
Belle Vernon in possession.
And he was lucky that wasn't picked off.
7:17 left here in the third. Locks get out of the shotgun. Martin off to his right. Single receiver to each side. You have Zach Zielinski as a fullback in the game as well, as Martin gets the football with a little surge up the middle down to the Mustang 31-yard line. Got forward to bring up 3rd down and 6.
And there's a play right there. They run that again. If Locks holds on to that ball, he had 30 yards in front of him with nobody there. Everybody from the Mustangs going after Mr. Martin. And
so now 3rd and 6 from the Laurel Highlands 31-yard line. 6:46 left here in the third quarter. Locks with, again, Martin off to his left. Twin receivers out to the far side. Now Zielinski, the fullback, in motion, resets on the right side of the line as Locks takes the handoff. Little counter going back there to Martin with plenty of running room. Little cut back to the 20, and Martin's gone. Hand in the air. He's in the end zone for a Belle Vernon touchdown from 31 yards out. His 3rd touchdown of the night. Increases the Belle Vernon lead to 32-0 over Laurel Highlands.
Just a sweep to the right. Just got a seam here and a seam there, a seal, and run the play right up the alley, right? That's what Vince Lombardi used to say. And he just ran it right up that alley on the right side, and then he made a couple of nice cutbacks. And Mustangs just couldn't get a hand on him.
You can tell he's a Division I athlete. It was a 3-play, 35-yard drive. Took just 56 seconds off the clock. Now Rathway on for the extra point. Kick is up on the way and good for Rathway to increase the lead to 33-0. And 6:24 left here in the third. We're back in 60 here on the CR Product Group High School Sports Night.
In the third quarter.
Chris Parker Jr., not many days left to head to the beach.
Hyundai's Getaway Sales Event is the perfect time to check our deals for that end of summer break.
Are they still as hot as this weather?
You bet. The new 2023 Hyundai Santa Fe has $2,500 bonus cash. Or lease a new 2023 Santa Fe SE for $289 per month for 36 months. See us for details. A new 2023 Hyundai Tucson Limited all-wheel drive also has $2,500 HMS bonus cash, or choose 3.29% financing for up to 60 months. Thinking of trading? Buying a new car is even easier with Autoland's above Blue Book trade-in values.
Plus Hyundai Owner Assurance, America's Best Warranty, 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty, 5-year, 60,000-mile bumper-to-bumper coverage, plus 3-year, 36,000-mile complimentary free maintenance included on every new Hyundai purchase. Autoland Hyundai, downtown Uniontown. See them online at AutolandHyundai.com.
Remember, you always pay less to drive the best at Autoland Hyundai.
Back here at Mustang Field, once again, Belle Vernon. Another touchdown from Quentin Martin, his third of the night on a 31-yard touchdown run. Lead now up to 33-0. Get another Leopards score here, Steve. We'll have a running clock the rest of the way as Rathway sends another kickoff away, going back to Antoine Black at the 5-yard line here on the near side. Blockers out in front as the 20-25, and Black, a nice little run back here across the 30, breaks a tackle at the 35, and gets pushed out of bounds right around the 37-yard line.
Pretty good running there by Black. He's out there fighting, scratching, and clawing to try to get every yard he can, and that's something Coach Colasar's got to be pleased with, to see the effort there. I know it's 33-0, but you still want to teach, you want to learn, and you want to have your players hustle and try to play as mistake-free football as you can the rest of this game. You got a quarter and a half to go, and why not? You got to get something out of it. You're playing against a team that won a state championship, so it's a pretty good test.
Line back out of the gun. Tristan Baker now to his left. Hoff also in the game. He was in the slot right as Lyon will throw it in Hoff's direction, has the reception across the 45 and gets into Belle Vernon territory, picking up a first down right around the Leopards' 49-yard line. So a gain of 12 on the reception there from Lyon to Hoff. That'll move the sticks. We talked about, Steve, the lopsided nature of this series as of late. Last year, the Leopards won 41-20. Go back 2 years ago, it was 56-14. That was the game Gettico exploded in. 49-0 here at Laurel Highlands in 2020. 63-13 in 2019. 49-7 in 2018. And just similar scores going all the way back. 35-7, 42-7, 38-0. I can go on and on. You kind of get the gist of what's occurred here as of late, and the Leopards stuffing that run from Tristan Baker for a yard, maybe two loss back to the midfield stripe to bring up second down and 12.
Well, I think most people that follow football, and if they're still watching this game, they probably do, they have to realize that, if you win a state championship, you're pretty good. I mean, there's not too many, there's only one state champion every year in each class, right? So it's pretty impressive.
Second and 12 now for the Mustangs. Lyon looking to throw deep down the far side and threw it behind the intended wide receiver, Josiah Lewis. That'll bring up third down and 12. You look back at the playoff run last year, Steve, especially in the WPIAL playoffs. They actually had an easy time of things. Had a first-round bye, beat East Allegheny 55-7 in the quarters, beat Freeport 42-0 in the semis, and in the WPIAL championship game, beat Avonworth 24-7. Now, it got tougher in the states, and the state semis just were able to squeak by Central Martinsburg 21-17, and then had a 9-8 win over Newman Goretti in the state title game. Yes, 9-8 was the score in that state title game. Third and 12 here for the Mustangs from midfield. Lyon steps up, looks across the middle, pass ball's incomplete. John Duke was the closest Mustang in the vicinity, and the pass was actually close to being intercepted there by Chase Mertz.
Well, you got to give Noah some credit there. He hung in there. He's getting pressure that he hasn't seen before. I mean, you got to realize when they're in practice, he's the starting quarterback. They're not probably letting him get hit too much, I wouldn't think. So he's taking direct hits from a pretty big bunch Belle Vernon kids, and he's hanging in there trying to throw the ball downfield. It's just difficult. And he's only a sophomore, so this is going to be valuable experience for him.
4th and 12 now for the Mustangs from midfield. Got to have it here with 4:49 left in the third. Lyon to throw, middle screen, and the intended wide receiver, Antoine Black, was hit just as the ball was coming in there by Gettico. Pass falls incomplete, and the Leopards will take over on downs. With 4:43 left here in the third, Belle Vernon up 33-0, and we're back at 30 here on the CR Prada Group High School Sports Night.
Looking for a fast, friendly notary service? Sandy Howell Notary Services, LLC, 158 Dry Knob Road, Smithfield, PA, is here to help with transfers, plate renewals, new PA plates, and more. They serve Uniontown, Smithfield, Fairchance, and surrounding areas. Open weekday evenings starting at 5:30 p.m., Saturday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Sandy Howell Notary Services, 158 Dry Knob Road, Smithfield, 724-564-8955. Big enough to serve you, small enough to know you by name.
Back here at Mustang Field, Belle Vernon up 33-0 over Laurel Highlands. The Leps held the Mustangs offense just 19 yards in the first half, and they haven't been able to really increase that total much here, Steve, in the second half as well.
9 total.
So Belle Vernon going back to work here with Quentin Martin. And Martin just finds the open space, breaks it here on the near side, steps out of bounds, close to the Leopards' first down to the Mustangs' 40. What's the yardage total here for Belle Vernon, Tony, in the second half?
Laurel Highlands has 29 total yards, Brian.
That's for the game?
That's for the game. They had 19 in the first half.
Just 10 here in the second half.
Yes.
10 on the play.
That'll make it tough, Steve.
That's good enough for a Belle Vernon first down.
We knew it would be. I mean, it's like we said, Belle Vernon is making it difficult on the Mustangs, and at least they've, the Mustangs have kind of stopped with the the false starts and all that stuff. They just haven't been able to move the football at all, and they're just not getting any offensive line push to help those backs get out in the flat.
Locks out of the shotgun. Martin off to his right as he takes the snap. Inside run to Quentin again with a huge hole. Quentin cuts back, looking for his 4th touchdown of the game, and he's going to have it, running down the near sidelines into the end zone for a score with 3:59 left here in the third quarter. The Leopards lead now up to 39-0, and we'll have a continuous clock the rest of the way.
Well, not much. Just broke out to the left side and got out there, and no Mustang defenders anywhere in sight. And
that was a 40-yard run for Quentin Martin.
And that'll send everybody home a little bit earlier tonight.
Rathway on for another extra points. This has been total domination again tonight. Rathway sends it through, and it's a 40-0. Belle Vernon lead over Laurel Highlands. 3:59 left here in the third. We're back at 60 here in the CR Prada Group High School Sports Night.
59 seconds to go.
Your atmosphere. It's all at Mom Maruka's Pizza, located on Barton Mill Road in Uniontown. Mom Maruka's is your prime spot to enjoy local high school sports. Family owned and operated, the Sampson family carries on the tradition of homemade pizza, salads, wings, and the best Italian hoagie and homemade bruschetta in town. Mom Maruka's is open Monday through Saturday from 4 to 10 for indoor and outdoor dining and takeout. Don't forget Mom's catering services for your next party or gathering. Call 724-438-9066 or visit MomMarukaPizza.com for their menu and live music schedule.
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. From a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank, at your service.
40-0 now. Belle Vernon leading Laurel Highlands. And Steve, you look at Quentin Martin, 7 carries, 93 yards, 5 receptions, 29 yards. He's accounted for 4 touchdowns so far in this game, and a line drive kickoff going back to the 5-yard line here in Antoine Black, and Black now trying to break it here on the near side. It's had some nice run backs in this game. This time takes it back to the 34-yard line. You'd have to think, Steve, Quentin Martin, an early candidate for this week's player of the game, brought to you by Fayette County Commissioner Vince Vacides.
Shot by Anthony Cruz.
Well, he's an early candidate. That's, I don't know what you bet by that.
Well, it's still the third quarter. The game's not over yet. We usually pick it during our post game.
We're going to have a running clock from here on in. I mean, come on. I mean, I know you like to hype it up sometimes, but that's that ship has sailed, buddy. Let's give it to them now.
Again, next week we're headed to Kiski area. They tell us, Steve, we're going to be on a catwalk. That should be interesting.
Well, you know, I'm afraid of heights. So
I know that. I'm very interested to see what our location will be like.
Headset with a long cord down the flat part.
A little screen out to Antoine Black.
Ooh, he's
trying to spin off a defender and gets brought down here at the 37, just a 3-yard pickup. How do you like being in your own little booth this year?
It's okay. It's kind of weird. It was like now I'm happy because it's warm, but in the beginning of the game it was really, really hot. And I walked outside, talked to George Von Benko there at halftime after the presentation, and I couldn't believe the temperature was at least 10 degrees cooler outside than it is in here.
You had a little fan right in front of you before the start of the game.
I had a fan, yeah, I turned that off, but it was hot earlier, but now it's nice.
2nd and 5, Lyon pulls it down, calls his own number, and surges forward for a yard just across the 40. Bring up 3rd down and 4 with 2:29 left on a running clock here in the 3rd quarter. Brian Morozak along with Steve Superick, Sarah Camp behind the camera, Tony Hanola keeping stats, and Nick Barczyk back inside our WMBS studios tonight. The Triple Live Scoreboard Show with Don Rebel comes your way after the game. Should be a lot of fun to take a whip around the WPIAL, Steve, see what else is going on with some of the other scores. I'm interested to see that Connellsville-Hempfield score. Connellsville trying to show they're a contender this year. Won over Albert Gallatin last week. You thought, well, maybe Albert Gallatin just down, but they were up over Hempfield at halftime as Tristan Baker has surged here for Laurel Highlands first down. Needed 4, got 5. Up to the 45-yard line to move the sticks.
Officials need to be a little careful here. It's getting a little frisky here, but at some of the end of these plays, some late hits, and you would think some of these I think the coaches at some point they're going to start thinking about getting some of the younger kids in the game.
Yeah, you think so at 40-0, even though these two schools' JV teams will play down at Belle Vernon tomorrow. Lyon back out of the shotgun. This handoff goes to Parker Hoff up the middle, and Hoff hits 4 up to the 49, and some more extracurriculars here on the near side. That time between the Mustangs' DJ Pratt and Belle Vernon's Curtis Wade. We're both Wade brothers, who we saw a lot of on the basketball court. Alonzo and Curtis playing football as well for the Belle Vernon Leopards.
I don't know what he's doing. He's offsides right now. He can't do that. He's lining up 5 yards the other way, but now he gets back.
There's no doubt in the 3A classification, which Belle Vernon's in again this year, they have to be by far the hands-down favorite to win another WPIAL championship, and also ranked extremely high. I think number 1 in the state right now to make another run for another state title.
Well, it's early yet. I mean, you got to see what they do against some of the, against TJ and McKeesport, right? So you got to see how they match up.
Yeah, but they're going to play those teams in the playoffs, though. Those are all 4A teams.
No, I know, but they got to still play them during the regular season.
Yeah, they're playing them during the regular season as non-conference games. Those were good tune-ups for them last year, and once they got into 3A in the Interstate Conference, they just rolled as Parker Hoff, a little off-tackle run there on the far side, needed 4, got 3. So bring up 4th down and 1, but that 4th and 1 will occur. We start the 4th quarter. We played 3. It's Belle Vernon 40, Laurel Highlands nothing. We're back at 60 here on the CR Product Group High School Sports Night.
Fayette County Commissioner Vince Visites salutes all who work so hard to keep high school football an important part of our lives. A great amount of effort, much of it behind the scenes, goes into putting a team on the field. And a lot of teamwork occurs when elected officials produce positive outcomes in our communities. On Election Day, let's keep Vince Visites and his team moving us forward. Vince Visites, at work building Fayette County's future.
Paid for by the Friends of Vincent A. Visites.
Attorneys Bobby Gordon, Shane Gannon, and Tim Witt at Watson Mundorff LLP wish the Laurel Highlands Mustangs and all of our local teams the best of luck this year. Watson Mundorff is a premier regional law firm whose experience and expertise empower it to not only be an advocate for its clients, but also provide them with exceptional service to exceed expectations. With offices in Uniontown and Connellsville, they are local and here to serve you. Call 724-626-8882 for attorneys Bobby Gordon, Shane Gannon, and Tim Witt.
Back here at Mustang Field to start the fourth quarter. Mustangs facing a 4th and 1 from the Belle Vernon 46, and Brad Smith came across the line there early, Steve, for Laurel Highlands.
Yeah, he's upset about it. He just, it was a hard count by the quarterback, and he just, he got his own guy to jump off sides, and again, you know, with a full quarter to go, down 40-0, I guess why not go for it? What's the difference at that point? Just
they're going to have to work though on the special teams game, especially with the punts here over the next couple of weeks. The punting game was not good for the Mustangs here tonight. Quick screen, far side goes to Antoine Black, breaks a tackle, steps up, and Black's loose. Antoine Black down the far sideline inside the 30, and finally brought down right around the 20-yard line. So Antoine Black, a 31-yard gain there for Laurel Highlands first down, but he's hurt. And he talked about making some subs and bringing out some of the younger players late, Steve. Your A1 star for 2023.
He doesn't look like he's...
It's a cramping situation, looks like.
Well, let's just hope that's all it is.
An injury stoppage will take one as well. 11:38 left in regulation. 40-0. Belle Vernon over Laurel Highlands. Back in a moment here on WMBS.
McClure and Wolf, certified public accountants. Your full-service accounting firm serving the tri-state area since 1926 is conveniently located at 538 Morgantown Street in Uniontown. Offering tax, accounting, auditing, payroll, management advisory, and estate planning services, McClure and Wolf is recognized as an industry leader in providing their clients with quality professional services. To find out more about their services, visit them online at www.mcclurewolfcpas.com or give them a call at 724-437-2000 for McClure and Wolf, certified public accountant.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sproul's Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to sproulsinsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Back here at Mustang Field, Antoine Black still getting worked on. And hopefully just a cramping situation there for Antoine. Up in Redstone Field now 34-8. Uniontown leading Belle Vernon. 2:02 left in the third in that game. So Uniontown a 34-8 lead over the Brownsville Falcons tonight. Here Belle Vernon up 40-0 over Laurel Highlands. And they're still working on Antoine out there on the field, Steve. So we'll step aside for another quick 30-second timeout for Mustang Field. Leopards up 40-0.
Going on now at Sea Harbor Chevrolet.
Our customers can save up to $10,000 or special financing on a new Chevy Silverado. Chevrolet, find new roads. Offer is valid with select 2023 Silverado 1500 crew cab with 2.7-liter engine. Includes Chevrolet loyalty. Must trade a 2009 or newer Chevrolet passenger car or truck. Up to $10,000 off or 1.9% for 36 months with approved credit through GM Financial in lieu of customer cash. Residency restrictions apply while supplies last. Call dealer for all other details at 724-573-8432. Sale ends September 5th, 2023.
Antoine Black now getting up. Good sign there for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. Steve, we talked about the schedule coming up for Belle Vernon. They host McKeesport next week, then travel to Penn Trafford before hosting Thomas Jefferson. Then they'll get into conference play. They'll have interstate conference games against South Allegheny, Greensburg, Salem, Mount Pleasant, Southmoreland, and Elizabeth Forward.
Yep, going to have, well, that's why you schedule tough games, because you know you're going to get opponents like that in the playoffs, right? So you want to get yourself.
You might not, though, in 3A, the way Belle Vernon's dominated.
Well, yeah, but sooner or later you're going to.
Sooner or later you're going to run into somebody. I agree with you there. Antoine limping off here on the near side. Looks like he'll be all right. Now the Mustangs after his long run with a 1st and 10 at the Belle Vernon 19 and a run from Parker Hoff. Takes it down to the 16-yard line, gain of 3. Bring up 2nd down and 7. I mentioned Belle Vernon playing McKeesport next week. The Mustangs will see the Tigers in 2 weeks. That'll be the Mustangs conference opener on the road. at McKeesport. In fact, the next 2 Laurel Highlands games will be on the road at Kiski next week and at McKeesport the following week before they return here to Laurel Highlands High School on September 22nd to host Greater Latrobe. That'll be the next home game. So Lyon back out of the gun. 2nd and 7 with 10:51 left here in regulation time. They're coming after Noah Lyon. He gets sacked from both directions. Was hit on one side by Jacob Johnson and then finished off by Zach Zielinski.
Well, he's going to be a little sore tomorrow, let's just say.
Get the ice bath ready.
Now, he's only a sophomore, but he's a pretty big kid. He's got some size to him. You know, he's not real frail or anything, right? So he can take a hit. But I don't care how big you are. You take hits like that all day, that's going to leave a mark.
I agree. 3rd and 16. Lyon back out of the gun. Noah steps up. Ball might have been tipped there at the line. Falls incomplete now. 4th and 16 with 9:48 left in regulation. Probably just go for it here again, Steve. Why not?
Well, unless you want to get points, you know, maybe you think you.
It's still not an easy field goal. You're looking at a 42-yarder.
Yeah, he was booting him pretty good in warm-ups, but that was like 2 hours ago, right? So he's probably not warmed up.
4th and 16. Lyon steps up near side looking for Johnny Duke. And the pass falls incomplete. Broken up by Belle Vernon's Curtis Wade.
A little underthrown.
So the Leopards will take over on downs. 9:10 left in regulation. 40-0. Belle Vernon over Laurel Highlands. We're back at 30 here on the CR Product Group High School Sports Night.
Sam Davis was a gift from heaven. He knows the law and the court system unlike anyone else I've ever met or seen. Sam helped me get through the federal court system with the best possible outcome.
Davis & Davis, personal injury and workers' comp.
We at Davis & Davis are humbled by what our clients have to say about us. If you've been injured, call me, Jim Davis, for a free consultation. We have been helping injured people for over 40 years. Call 724-437-2799.
I think we'll see some second-teamers now in the game here on the Belle Vernon side. And a new quarterback as well. It's Curtis Wade. Handoff going there, and look at the run from Jacob Johnson. Jacob Johnson taking it down close to midfield. They're going to rule him out here, I think, at the Belle Vernon 46-yard line. That'll be a 21-yard run.
A 21-yard gain.
Some of these kids on the JV team are looking at what they're going to see tomorrow morning, right?
Yeah. Very talented, very deep. You've Cole Doppelhauer now in the game. He's lined up to the right of the Belle Vernon quarterback. I think they made another change. They Curtis Wade in at the last play as the quarterback, and I think they have a different QB in right now. They do. And completing the pass there was Chase Mertz. So Mertz in at quarterback. Makes a completion there just across midfield down to the 48.
Mertz's pass.
When is a gain of 6.
Complete to
You guys see who had that reception down there?
Jake Turner.
No, I didn't catch it.
I'm saying Jake Turner on the PA. He's 2nd and 4. 7:16 left on our running clock.
48.
Now you have Curtis Wade back, and they're rotating quarterbacks. So Curtis Wade back in as Doppelhauer off to his left. Wade takes the snap, play fake, pulls it down, looks to run. Good pursuit there from Tristan Baker. Tackling Wade back at midfield for a yard loss on the play to bring up 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, good job by Baker not falling for that, for the fake on the mesh play there, and just found the football and tackled Wade, forcing a 3rd and 6.
See today, Steve, the Penguins getting rid of Steve Mears and Bob Erie off the TV play-by-play.
Oh, wow.
Little new news. It's Josh Getzoff, who's been doing the radio broadcast, rumored to be taking over the TV games. Possibly Colby Armstrong. Now they have Mertz back in at quarterback on this 3rd and 6. Hand off to Doppelhauer coming here on the near side as the 45-40. Doppelhauer first down. Try to cut back there at the 36. That's where he's run out of bounds after picking up 14. Josiah Lewis a little late push there on the Laurel Highlands side, but no flags.
You see all that controversy about I guess the Florida, what was it, Florida was playing?
Utah last night.
Utah, and I guess a bunch of cable customers lost their ESPN service because of a contract dispute.
Not surprising it ends right before the start of the football season, right?
I could imagine if your Buckeyes would have been playing, you would have been.
I'm sure a lot of people would if you didn't have the game on.
Yeah.
What's interesting about that game last night, that was the first non-conference game that Florida has played outside the state of Florida since 1991.
Wow.
And they lost at Utah.
Yeah.
Flags coming here with 5:20 to play. Illegal shift there against Belle Vernon. 5-yard penalty. Illegal substitution. Okay.
I flicked it off and put on the Minnesota-Nebraska game. That kid from Minnesota made one of the greatest catches you'll ever see at the end of that game to score a touchdown to tie it.
Who won?
Minnesota won, and they kicked. They scored a touchdown to get to tie it, and then Nebraska had the ball, and they were driving back, and they threw an interception, and then the Minnesota made a long field goal as time ran out.
1st and 15. Wade off to Doppelhauer again, and Doppelhauer in the flat breaks a couple of tackles, gets 6 down to the 36-yard line. We have a football doubleheader here on WMBS tomorrow. Starts with Pitt and Wofford at 3:30. Then we'll have the West Virginia Penn State game for you as well tomorrow night at 7:30. You know, our buddy Tony's headed up for that one.
Yep. He's
kind of a rivalry game for you guys.
Well, it's going to be a tough one for us Mountaineer fans.
There's a lot of Laurel Highlands fans with their eye on that game as well. Rodney Gallagher expected to get significant minutes tomorrow for the Mustangs. See how things play out. Another little screen going here to Doppelhauer on the near side. Doppelhauer inside the 35 down to the 34-yard line on that 2nd and 10 to bring up 3rd down and 7. Watched a little bit last night of the St. Francis Western Michigan game. Was hoping to see a little bit of Keandre DeShields. Did not see him get into the game. And Tony's telling me he saw Keandre here tonight. And Tony's saying he saw
just walked past us about 5 minutes ago.
Wow. They don't have to stay up there, Steve, for like practice and stuff over the weekend, wouldn't you think?
Well, usually the day after a game, you have the day off.
Okay.
The next day off.
Okay.
I would think. When I played, we played on Saturdays, and then we would
have Sunday off. Yeah.
Yeah, they have Sunday off, so that'd be like our Sunday.
Chase Mertz going empty here for Belle Vernon. 3rd and 8 with 3:19 to play. Mertz takes the snap for the Mustang 35, steps up, pass intercepted, picked off by Tristan Baker. And Baker takes it back to the 35. So the Mustangs will get it back with 3:10 to play, down 40-0. And we're back in 30 here on the CR Brada Group High School Sports Night.
Looking for a dentist? Dr. Michael George and Dr. Ashley Parker of George Dental Associates, a Uniontown staple, has over 40 years experience treating patients of all ages. Their caring, professional team of dentists and their staff offer a full range of dental services, including restorative, preventative, pediatric, cosmetic, and so much more. Visit GeorgeDentalAssociates.com today. That's GeorgeDentalAssociates.com, and find out how they can enhance your smile through the art of dentistry. Wishing the Mustangs a successful season.
Back here at Mustang Field, Laurel Highlands taking over. It might be the final offensive drive of the game, down 40-0 with a running clock, 2:40 to play. Noah Lyons still in there at quarterback. Handoff going here to Gio Guerriere, a talented freshman the Mustang coaching staff is very high on. And Guerriere getting 9, maybe 10. I think he got enough for a Laurel Highlands first down up to the Mustangs 44. I think we're going to see a lot of Guerriere here, Steve, over the next couple of years.
A couple more runs like that, we ought to see him a little more. Of course, our backs really haven't been the problem the other night. Hoff and Baker and Black really just had nowhere to run. They've had a couple of decent runs.
You're not going to see too many defenses like Belle Vernon's this year as well. Parker Hoff getting maybe a yard there across the 45 to the 46. We'll give him 2 to bring up 2nd and 8 with 1:47 to play. Not someone was taking a timeout. They're not. Clock is stopped, though. A flag on the play. Personal foul against Belle Vernon. So free 15 again for the Mustangs.
That's going to be a 15-yard penalty.
So a chance to get that donut off the scoreboard.
To the Belle Vernon.
They'll have it here down to the Belle Vernon 39. They got it down inside the red zone on the last drive after that big run from Antoine Black. Couldn't punch it in. Now 1st and 10 here now for the Belle Vernon 39. Baker out of the shotgun. Jaden Tucker to his left. They'll bring Guerriere in motion. He'll get it here on the pitch 4. That'll go as a pass, but he'll lose 2 back to the 42. Got a 3-yard loss there for Gio Guerriere. Under a minute now left in regulation.
Well, just a tough one for the Mustangs tonight. They just, like I said, they're just going against a lot better team, and they're just, they're hanging in there though. They're playing some,
they're trying.
Yep, they're spirited football.
Lions going to put it up. Single coverage looking for Johnny Duke over his head and falls incomplete. Coverage defensively from Curtis Wade on the Belle Vernon side. Now with 30 seconds left.
Incomplete. That will bring up a 3rd down and 13.
It's going to be the last play of the game.
Yep, probably. 3rd and 13.
Clock's not stopping for anything at this point.
Try to get one more away. Lion back out of the shotgun. 7 seconds left. And a little screen going off there to Jacob Johnson. He'll be hit back of the 43, and that'll do it. So Belle Vernon, a 40-0 win over Laurel Highlands. Stay tuned for our post-game show. Being brought to you by South Union Township Supervisor Rick Vernon. Comes your way next here on WMBS, the Triple Live High School Sports Network, and Facebook Live.
Ready to update your home? Find what you need at Zen's Construction Warehouse. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff will be happy to help you the old-fashioned way. They'll answer your questions and get you started on your next home project. Conveniently located at 485 Walnut Hill Road in Continental. Zen's open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5:30, Saturday and Sunday 10 to 2. For more information, call 724-366-8274 or visit Zen's Construction Warehouse's Facebook page. Zen's Construction Warehouse, their surplus is your safe. Your health is the most important thing to you. When you need physical therapy, find the best clinic to serve you. Movement Physiotherapy, now located off Route 40 on Pedro Drive, west of Uniontown, understands this and wants to help ease the stress. Tyler Gasick has over 10 years of experience helping people improve their health with physical therapy and is ready to help you. Tyler's from the Uniontown area and is committed to helping improve his community. To schedule your appointment, phone 724-912-PTPT or visit Movement Physiotherapy online at movementpp.com.
From chips and cracks to splits and shatters, if you need new glass, Fay West Glass Company is the one to call. Fay West Glass has served Fayette and Greene counties for over 25 years and specializes in residential glass installations and replacements, plus commercial and industrial glass. So when that window's busted or that sliding door shattered and you can't wait, Fay West is available. 724-439-8600. That's 724-439-8600. Proudly local and veteran-owned, Fay West Glass will earn your business.
I'm Mike Auble, and I am the Republican nominee for Fayette County District Attorney. I am a retired member of the Army and a veteran of Afghanistan. With nearly 20 years of experience in military, police, corrections, and criminal law, I am the most qualified candidate to be your chief law enforcement officer. I am a strong defender of your constitutional rights, and I'm dedicated to addressing crime, drugs, and corruption. We need change in the district attorney's office. Vote for me, Mike Auble, on November 7th, because I am the right person to bring about that change.
Paid for by the candidate.
Savings is as easy as 1, 2, 3 with an Education Club saving account at First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. Your future dreams will start adding up. Plus, you may qualify for a scholarship upon high school graduation. Visit any First Federal branch to start saving today. For more information on account rules and scholarship eligibility, visit ffgc.bank. Best wishes to our local teams from First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. NMLS number 458729, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Back here at Mustang Field, Laurel Highlands.
Dr. Michael George and Dr. Ashley Parker of George Dental Associates, a Uniontown staple, has over 40 years' experience treating patients of all ages. Their caring, professional team of dentists and their staff offer a full range of dental services, including restorative, preventative, pediatric, cosmetic, and so much more. Visit GeorgeDentalAssociates.com today. That's GeorgeDentalAssociates.com, and find out how they can enhance your smile through the art of dentistry. Wishing the Mustangs a successful season.
The North Union Township Recreation Center and supervisors Kurt Matthews, Ron Supta, and Ron Landman are a proud sponsor of the Laurel Highlands Mustang football team. The North Union Rec Center and supervisors wish the Mustangs good luck this season. For information on the North Union Township Rec Center basketball and soccer leagues, please phone 724-438-7350 or visit their website at northunionreccenter.com.
When you are looking to make some extra cash for your aluminum cans, visit Cherokee Recycling, where aluminum can is king. Cherokee Recycling is open Monday through Friday, 9 till 5, and Saturdays, 8 till 12 noon, closed Sundays and holidays. Give Marcus or Rags a call today at 724-439-3228 for Cherokee Recycling, where recycling makes the most sense.
Uniontown Detailing offers an all-inclusive auto care experience. Services include full auto detailing, professional ceramic coatings, window tinting, undercoating, paintless dent repair, and more. Uniontown Detailing has moved to a new location on 255 South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown. Stop by and check them out today. Best of luck this season to all local teams from Uniontown Detailing.
40-0, the Belle Vernon Leopards defeating Laurel Highlands Mustangs. Mustangs drop to 1-1. Belle Vernon improves to 1-0. Our post-game show being brought to you by South Union Township Supervisor Rick Vernon. We'll start first with our play of the game, brought to you by First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. And no surprise, it'll be a play from Quentin Martin. This will be his final touchdown of the night, which really put the game away for Laurel Highlands and made it 39-0 after this run from Quentin, which went 40 yards. And Nick might not have that ready for us yet. We'll let you know while he cues that up that Quentin Martin is also our player of the game, brought to you by Fayette County Commissioner Vince Vicides. Quentin Martin, our player of the game, accounting for 4 touchdowns in this contest today. Tony will have all of his final numbers for you here in just a moment. And Nick, do we have that play of the game brought to you by First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County?
Yes, sorry about that, gentlemen. Cannot hear you. Here we go. To help those backs get out.
Clock's out of the shotgun. Martin off to his right. He takes the snap. Inside run to Quentin again with a huge hole. Quentin cuts back, looking for his 4th touchdown of the game, and he's going to have it running down the near sidelines into the end zone for a score with 3:59 left here in the third quarter. The Leopards lead up to 39-0, and we'll have a continuous clock the rest of the way.
And Steve, we certainly had our options as far as what play of the game we could use today. Anthony Cruz had a 21-yard touchdown run. Locks found Martin on a 16-yard pass. Gettico had a 39-yard run. Locks a 7-yard touchdown pass to Martin, and Martin had other TD runs of 31. He just threw the one from 40 yards out.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive runs. You could have picked several of those plays, and they had a lot of highlight reel plays, and we could have you could have had your pick. That's probably why Nick was probably
good scrambling. Yeah,
he was scrambling. He didn't know which one you were going to pick.
Well, Tony has our final stats. They're brought to you by Peach and Pharmacy inside the downtown Connellsville Peach and Market.
All right, for the victorious Belle Vernon Leopards, Braden Locks, passing-wise, was 9 for 14 for 68 yards. He had 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. Curtis Wade off the bench 1 pass attempt and 1 completion for 6 yards. And Chase Mertz had one completion on 2 attempts and an interception. He also had 6 yards passing. Receiving-wise, Quentin Martin, 4 catches for 29 yards and 2 touchdowns. Anthony Cruz, 1 catch for 17 yards. Colton Lee, 2 catches for 10. Cole Doppelhauer, 1 catch for 6. Alonzo Wade, 1 catch for 12. Jake Turner had 1 catch for 6 yards. Rushing-wise, Belle Vernon was led by Quentin Martin on that end as well. 7 rushes for 93 yards and 2 touchdowns, those coming on a 31 and a 40-yard run. Anthony Cruz had 2 carries for 24 yards and a touchdown. Cole Doppelhauer off the bench, 3 carries for 38 yards. Jake Jetico had 4 carries for 51 yards and had a 39-yard touchdown run. Curtis Wade, 1 carry for -2. And Braden Locks had 3 carries for -15 yards. Offensively, Belle Vernon ran 34 offensive plays. They had 20 carries for 189 yards rushing. They were 11 for 17 passing for 80 yards, 269 yards of total offense. They did have 7 penalties for 76 yards, 6 first downs, and 2 turnovers, both via the interception. For the Laurel Highlands Mustangs, passing-wise, Noah Lyon, pretty similar numbers to last week, Brian. 5 completions on 15 attempts for 55 yards. 2 of those catches went to Anton Black for 34 yards. 1 catch by Gio Guerriere for -3 yards. And the other 2 catches by Parker Hoff for 26 yards. Rushing-wise, the Mustangs were led by Parker Hoff on 9 carries for 24 yards. Tristan Baker had 10 carries for 23 yards. Noah Lyon had 9 carries for -31 yards via the sack route. Gio Guerriere off the bench, 1 carry for 10. Jaden Tucker, 2 carries for 6. And Antoine Black had 3 carries for no yards. Offensively, the Mustangs ran 49 offensive plays, 34 rushes for only 32 yards. And they were 5 for 15 passing for 55 total yards. The total yards altogether, 87 yards. They had 5 penalties for 25 yards, 6 first downs, and they did not commit a turnover.
Well, thanks for those stats, Tony. We appreciate it. We thank everybody who's joined us here on Facebook Live tonight as the Belle Vernon Leopards defeat the Laurel Highlands Mustangs by a score of 40-0. Again, we're back next week. Laurel Highlands traveling to Kiski to take on the Cavaliers on the Arthur Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show at 6. Opening kickoff set for 7. We're back with the final word on the radio side. That'll do it for Facebook Live. Again, thanks to Tony Hanula keeping stats, Steve Superk, my broadcast partner, Sarah Camp behind the camera, Nick Barczyk back inside our WMBS studios. And again, we're back with one final segment on the radio in just a moment here on WMBS. Signing out for now on Facebook.